Functions. Types of functions.
And what all categories of functions we covered? So number,
Types of functions, numeric function, yeah. Text functions,
logical,
logical, arithmetic,
conditional,
Conditional.
conditional,
aggregate, text.
Left.
Which one?
Left, right, mid.
Yeah.
Left, right, mid.
Text, right? Okay. So in the text, I gave you homework. So have you guys tried that? Were you able to make dynamic?
What?
Nested find. Okay. Let's say. Okay. First homework I gave you. What is the difference between search versus find? So what's the difference? One I already gave you. Find is case sensitive. And search is insensitive. Okay. Can use wildcards in search. Okay. Now let's say I'll tell you the use case of this. Now let's say I have a text. Let's say I went to it is some place name, let's say Sydney, some cabinet ministry, let's say ministry in Australia. In 1947 or 1954, something like that. This is one text I'm having. Let's say other text I'm having is my friend. Let it be this way only. I went to Australia in 1954. Right. Other text is my friend. Let's say went to US cabinet in 1967 and stayed there. Let's say stayed in US. So these are the two texts I'm having, right? Now my question is, what I want to do, I want to extract year from it. Okay. I want to extract year from this text. How can I do that? Or can you even get me the position of this one of 1954 and 1967 in these two different texts using a single formula? I want the position of one. How will I get that?
Position of what?
Position of in 1954, position of one.
In 1954, position of one.
Yeah.
Or just position of one.
One. Position of one in 1954. In the entire text.
Okay.
So I can do the same thing
You
using
can use find function.
Right. So I can say find. So how can I do this using find? Equals to
find.
Find. What do I need to find?
Inverted quotes
I
one.
need to find one. I need to look for some pattern. Why will I find one? Find what? I can
Bracket. Bracket.
One.
Yeah.
bracket in this text. Starting, right? And done. This will return me what? 24 is what? Position of this opening bracket. What I want? Position of 1 in the year. So I will say +1. So 25. So 1 is at the 25th position in this text. Clear? Now if I...
But we can find the...
We can find what?
We can find the position of one directly, no? Without adding one in... Without finding the position of this bracket and then adding one.
Let's say... Let's say there is no 1. Basically, when I say 1, I meant the first character of the year. If it is 2, then I'll still get the same position, but there is no 1 which exists. Or 18th century or 19th century. Not 2, let's say 18th century or 19th century or some other century. Let's say 2004.
Okay.
So in that case, I won't be able to find 1, right? So I have to think in
शुभम
general.
अंको का है
Yes, guys.
दोनों गायब है
Sorry,
Sorry.
Ashok, clear?
Yes, clear. Yeah.
Now, if I see what should happen is I consider the formula to be dynamic. If I define the formula for one cell and it is applicable to the entire column, right? Now, if I drag it, it is giving me what? 21. 21 is position of U, right? So find function, if I want the correct output, what I need to do? I need to define a different find function for it. Find what? This in this text. Now, if I want to find the position of second opening bracket, I need to skip the first opening bracket. Okay.
again find
Again, starting position, may I'll say find opening bracket in double quotes in this text, and I will say +1 to skip the first bracket position. Now it is returning me correctly, but I won't be defining this separately for each and every cell, right? So in such cases, search will be useful because I will be able to define the patterns over here. So if you remember, we discussed what question mark means.
yes
Wildcard, like
Single character.
single character after the
And asterisk
question mark
means
and number of
Right.
characters
zero or more.
and number of characters
So I will define a pattern over here. I will say search. What I want to search? I want to search for the opening bracket and the closing bracket. And inside that bracket, how many characters should be there? 4. So how many question mark? That inside, find such a bracket. Find, basically it will return me what position of this opening bracket. So I'm saying find the position of this opening bracket where this bracket follows this pattern. And within text what? This. So this is returning me the position of opening bracket. I will say +1 now. And now I can drag the same formula. I haven't done +1 over here because this is returning me what? This is returning me what? Position of second bracket. If I want the position of the 1 in 1967, I will say +1. Same output. But in case of find, I had to define different formulas. But in case of search, I defined a single formula for a single cell, and it is applicable to all these cells based on whatever logic you have defined. So that's a use case of find, that you can basically use wildcards in search. You can use wildcards in search. And rest search function is same as find. If you're not using wildcards, it is exactly similar to find. Clear? Yeah.
yes आशीष जैसे अगर हमारे पास 3 ब्रैकेट्स हैं इसमें जैसे नीचे वाले स्टेटमेंट में 2 ब्रैकेट्स हैं ठीक है अब हमारे पास अगर 3 ब्रैकेट्स हैं और हमें थर्ड ब्रैकेट की पोजीशन फाइंड करनी है तो हम +2 कर देंगे ना स्किप करने के लिए
नहीं,
या फिर फाइंड के अंदर फाइंड करेंगे
there will be 3 finds then. अभी हमने
3 फाइंड राइट
find है तो 3 find होंगे.
तो एक सेकेंड जस्ट अ मिनट सॉरी जैसे हमने फाइंड के अंदर फाइंड किया तो पहले हम फाइंड करेंगे फिर फाइंड के अंदर फाइंड करके +1 करेंगे फिर तीसरा फाइंड करेंगे राइट
Correct. ये क्या कर रहा है? First,
ये पहले को स्किप कर रहा है और फिर
Yes,
दोबारा
yes.
से +1 करेंगे
this one is skipping the second. Now you can have outer find one, and that will be your third.
तो जो थर्ड फाइंड करेंगे उसमें भी +1 ही करेंगे ना फिर
+1 आपको तब करने की जरूरत है जब आपको ये थर्ड वाला ओपनिंग ब्रैकेट भी स्किप करना है.
थर्ड वाला नहीं सेकंड वाला स्किप करना है तो सेकंड जैसे हम फर्स्ट फाइंड तो हमारा आउटर फाइंड हो गया
Yeah.
तो फर्स्ट वाले को स्किप करने के लिए हमने
So
इनर
it
फाइंड
is
जो है
same as comma. Let's say I am taking some name over here. Same as comma. Let's say I am taking some name Raj, comma. Let's say he lives in Gurgaon, and let's say comma, and he goes to, let's say, MDU University, MDU College, right? Now what I want to do is, okay, let's say one more comma. Let me have over here, and let's say he is doing the course he is opting for is BTech, right? So I have 3 commas. Now I want to find the position of the third comma over here. So first I'll say find text comma in this text. Now I'll again say, so let's say let's go this way. So this will return me what? Position of first comma. I want to skip the first comma, so I will say +1, right? Now I will again do find text. What text I want to find? Comma. In which text? This one. Done. And this argument will automatically go into starting number. So it is skipping it, close the bracket. Now I want to skip the second comma also. So +1. Done. Second comma skipped. Second comma position is what? 13. Now I want the position of what? Third comma. So I'll say find. Find what? Comma. In which text? This one. Comma. This is my starting number, and I will close the bracket. Now this will return me the position of third comma. If I want to skip the position of third comma, I can say +1. Clear? If I don't want to skip it, simply I can keep it as it is and done. Vidhi, clear?
एक सेकेंड फॉर्मूला देख लूं मैं। ठीक।
Yeah. You need to define your own pattern. Some pattern has to be there. For example, if there is in or something like some pattern you need to define in, then you can say there can be any character, then bracket open. You need to define a pattern. Guys, can I move on now?
So I have one question. जैसे we had one year.
Yeah.
अगर हमारे पास multiple years हो एक sentence में दो बार defined हो तब भी search में it will give that answer. How will that like
So you need to
formula?
define that pattern accordingly. So I can say some, let's say I have, let's say US space, I'm saying 2017, then in country, some place, let's say Texas, and then again, I can say in, I mean, some patterns, give me some sentence which has some pattern so I can identify it. Some pattern has to be there. Otherwise,
So
it,
supposedly in the above sentence that my friend went to US cabinet in 19 and stayed in US till 2000
in 1967,
and stayed in US till 2000. So
mhm, till 2000, in the brackets only.
yes, yes.
Okay. But again, the problem here is that this pattern is not common in all the say, texts.
Yes, so that's what I wanted to understand that search will work only if there's common pattern in all the
Right.
text.
Find also
Like
is
if you
not,
have
if there is no common pattern, then find will also not give you the result. There has to be some pattern.
okay,
Clear?
and if there is no pattern and we still want something like that, then how do we do it?
So,
Is-
like if you do not have a, I'll say, if you one is manually, and if you want to use functions, then you have to define for the similar text the same function, same formula, different formulas. Like I have done using find, different formulas for each of the text. That's what you have to do.
Okay.
Okay, so this was search versus find. Clear, guys? Okay. Now I gave you the homework of left, right, mid, left, right. Yeah. So,
लेंथ।
yeah, I had Australia, comma, Sydney. Similarly, in case of right also, and here Sydney, let's say space, let's say Waterloo, and done. Okay. Now, how I am going to do it manually? Manually, how can I extract Australia? Left. This is my text. Number of characters from the left hand side. How many? 9. Right. From the right hand side, Sydney. How many characters? 6. Okay. Mid. This is my text. Starting number is 9, 10, 11, 12. Number of characters 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8. Done. Right. So this was done manually. Now we'll make it dynamic. When I say dynamic, that means using functions. Now, here this was a formula. The only dynamic thing which is not over here is this number 9, which may change. If I like, if it is US, then it should be 2, right? Or some other country, so it should be that number. So how can I make it dynamic? Find the position of comma. Good. So again, one thing you need to keep in mind: find function or search function. They returns you the position from the left hand side. So even if you're using right function, you are getting the position from the left hand side. Right? So I'll say over here left of this text, comma, number of characters 9. If I'll find the position of comma, what will be the number of characters? 10. Then I need to subtract 1. So if I'll say find, I want to find what? Comma, and this text. If I just keep that this as it is, so it is returning me comma also. But I don't want comma, so I will say -1 because number of characters is 10. You can even check. So just select this much and press F9. See, 10. Now if I subtract -1, it will be, if I subtract 1, it will be 9. So now it is correct. Similarly, in case of right, this is my text. Okay. Right will do what? Okay, just understand this. How many characters I need in the output? Number of characters is 6. Okay. Now, if you say right and you say find the position of comma, it will return you how many characters from the right hand side? 10.
Yes.
Comma is, this is what I 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 9, 10. If you say comma, so that means 10 characters from the right hand side. So it will 10 characters from the right hand side. That means 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Till I, you will get the output. Right? But what you want is Sydney only in the output. So how will you get that? What logic you will define that your number of characters is 6? You have done it in the homework. No? Not attempted? Correct. So what will be the logic? If I take length of this, so length equals to length of this text. Total length is how much? 17. Okay. And what I need to do now? See, understand. I have total length. How much I want just Sydney in the output. So if I subtract either space or comma, so I can, let's say if I'm subtracting comma, so how many characters I'm left with? 7. If I subtract space, how many characters I'm left with? 6. If I'm subtracting comma, I can also do -1. Got it? So we'll do the same logic. So if I'll say find what? Comma in this text. Now 17 minus 10 is how much? Total length minus position of comma is how much? 7. I will subtract -1 because how many characters I want? 6. 6 characters from the right hand side. So this formula works. I'll write the same formula over here. I will say right. This is my text. Number of characters, so length minus find comma in this text minus 1. This is my entire formula. If I check what is the number it is giving me, F9. 6.
6.
Close. So 6 characters from the right hand side. Any doubt in this part? Okay. So if clear with the right function, online guys, clear with the right function, how to make it dynamic? Length minus any delimiter position. Now mid function. In mid function, I need to make these two dynamic: starting position and number of characters. Right? Starting position is what? 12. Okay. So starting position is 12. I want to start from W. How can I start from W? How can I make it dynamic? Start. How can I get the start position dynamic?
Again, searching the position,
Position of what?
comma, space.
Comma or space. I can go with. Let's say I'm going with comma. Okay.
Yeah.
Comma. In this text, it will
Length.
tell me the position of comma. I want to start from W.
Yeah.
So I will say space and W. I need to make a jump of W की position क्या है 12 है. So I need to make a jump of 2.
+2.
Yes.
Now remember, in the starting position only, when you want to move towards the right hand side, you will add a number. When you want to move towards the left hand side, you will subtract a number. If you want to start from A over here, you will subtract -1. But this is only applicable for starting position. When it comes to number of characters, you are only going to subtract numbers. Then it's the right hand side. In starting position, add a number. Similarly, if you want to move towards the left hand side, subtract a number. But this is only applicable for starting position. Okay, right? So yeah.
एक मिनट आशीष, जस्ट क्लैरिफिकेशन. जैसे हम यहाँ पे वाटर मतलब मिडिल नेम गिवन है मेथड वाले में, ठीक है, तो हमने यहाँ पे +2 कर दिया, तो जैसे ऊपर वाले में हमारे पास मिडिल नेम नहीं है, तो वहां भी तो हम ऐसे स्टार्टिंग पोजीशन फाइंड कर सकते हैं +2 करके. बात तो सेम ही हो गई, क्योंकि यहाँ पे वाटर लूप.
हाँ कर सकते हैं, बट इट विल बी वेरी कॉम्प्लेक्स. मतलब आप स्टार्टिंग पोजीशन डिफाइन कर रहे हो कि एस से स्टार्ट करो एंड देन ऐसे जो भी है वो सारा एक्सट्रैक्ट करो, राइट? So I can get the same thing done using right function very easily. Whatever you are doing through left and right can be done with mid function also, but mid function will make it a bit complex. Clear, Vidhi?
Okay.
Because आप यहाँ पे starting position क्या दोगे 1, यहाँ पे आप starting position क्या दोगे s. So let's say mid. This is my text. I need to first do what? Fix my starting position. Ki start from W. So I will say find comma within text this text, and let's say what I'm doing, number of characters. Right now I'm just taking 5 just to try what output I'll get. Right? So it is starting from comma. I want to start from W. So I will say यहाँ पे +2 in the starting position because I am moving towards the right hand side of the delimiter +2.
Right.
So that means it's correct. It is starting from W. Now this starting position is fixed. So now it is extracting 5 characters from the starting position, right? Okay. Now I need to make this number of characters dynamic.
Yeah.
So that means I need what? Only water loop that start from W and extract till O. How many characters? 1, 2, 3, 8. I want 8 in the output using functions. How can I get that? Position of what? Oh. Position of second space. I want to see O can be anywhere, but I will find some pattern. So position of second space. What else after that?
-1.
-1. I am
Well,
saying
space fine.
of second space. Yeah.
हाँ, तो पोजीशन O तक आने के लिए पोजीशन अगर हम माइनस मतलब करेंगे
second
स्पेस की.
space I have. I just want water loop. So what I need to subtract, either comma or first space. Let's say I subtract comma, right? How many extra characters I'm left with? This space and this.
-3 हो जाएगा, right?
Right? Let's see how it works, but this is the logic. So I will say यहाँ पे 5 is I need to make a dynamic, so I will say first what? Find. Find क्या करेंगे? Space within this text. Now I need to skip the first space, so again find space in this text, and I will say +1. Right? If I want to check what is the number it is giving me, F9 20. So this is returning me what? Position of second space.
Second space.
Now I will subtract. Subtract what? Position of comma, let's say. So find
minus
comma in this text. Let's see what it returns. F9 10. How many extra characters are there?
2.
So minus
2.
2 and done. Clear? What I did, I found the position of second space.
Again, find
Solution.
space.
Guys, what I did, I found the position of second space, subtracted with comma. So now I'm left with two additional characters, this space and this space. So I just subtracted minus 2. This is a way of understanding. But how it is working in the backend is, let's say, so I have fixed my position W, right? Somehow I defined the logic that my logic should give me number 8 in the output. So from W, what functions are doing is they are only extracting 8 characters. That's it. But to understand the logic, this is how I'm understanding it. I have subtracted second space from comma. So I'm left with 2 characters extra, space, the second space and the first space. So I've subtracted minus 2. Got it? No? Okay, let me just. How many characters you want? 8. So Waterloo is between what pattern? Comma, or you can say second space and first space. Yeah, comma, let's say. Okay. Now what I'll do is I'll find the position of second space. So it is what? Find space in this text. And again find, because I need to skip the first space. In this text, +1 to skip the first space. Done. 20. I am finding the position of the comma now. If I find the position of the space, first space, I will subtract minus 1. Let's say comma, within text this. So if you subtract 20 minus 10, what you will get in the output? 10. 20 minus 10, you will get 10. What is 10 over here? So understand this. What do you mean by 10 over here? I am starting from W. From W, how many characters I want? 8. But I'm getting how many? 10. So that means I'll get S also. S and this extra space. So I will subtract what? 2 equals to 8. Clear? There are different ways of understanding it. This is one of the way. What I was telling earlier is, let's say आपने ये space से ये वाला comma subtract कर दिया, तो आपके पास क्या क्या बचा? If you had this much, you have subtracted this much, comma गया यहाँ पे, right? So you are left with this space and this space. So you can say minus 2. This one, same formula. Second space minus first comma and additional characters. Clear? Online guys, clear with this part?
आशीष, जैसे ना ये तीनों नाम है, फर्स्ट नेम, मिडिल नेम, लास्ट नेम,
Yeah.
इसमें से आप एक बारी कॉमा स्पेस अब हटा दो। यहाँ से नहीं, यहाँ से मेन नाम से।
1 second. Let me just copy this and now tell me.
इसमें से स्पेस कॉपी, सब स्पेस और कॉमास हटा दीजिए। अब हमारे पास इसमें से क्या कहते हैं, कुछ भी हमारे पास मतलब आइडेंटिफायर नहीं है कि हम किससे सेग्रीगेट कर सकते हैं, सेपरेट कर सकते हैं। तो इस केस में हम इसको अलग अलग अगर करना होगा, क्योंकि कई बार ऐसा डेटा आता है, मतलब आई हैव वर्कड ऑन सच डेटा जहाँ पे नाम कई बार ऐसे ही होते हैं, मतलब उनमें
कुछ
नहीं
तो
होता है अलग।
पैटर्न होगा ना, बिकॉज़ दीस आर 3 डिफरेंट, कुछ तो पैटर्न होगा। विदाउट दैट इट्स नॉट पॉसिबल ओनली।
नहीं, कई बार होता है डेटा ऐसा, मतलब अब वो इनकरेक्ट होता है या किसी भी वजह से होता है, जैसे कॉपी पेस्ट किया है, कुछ भी किया, कि कई बार अगर नहीं है तो कुछ तो, लेकिन अगर ऐसा आ गया सपोजली, तो कुछ तो उसका होगा कि हम इसे सेपरेट कैसे करेंगे, क्योंकि अल्टीमेटली
आप लॉजिक अप्लाई नहीं कर सकते ना इसमें। सिटी नेम्स विल चेंज, कॉलेज नेम विल चेंज, कंट्री नेम विल चेंज, सो दे विल हैव डिफरेंट कैरेक्टर्स। अगर फिक्स्ड है, फॉर एग्जांपल यहाँ पे कंट्री कोड होता, तो दैट इज फिक्स्ड, 2 कैरेक्टर्स ओनली, USCA, राइट, IN। So then you can say left of 2 in that case.
No, adding on to the same question, जैसे यहाँ पे तो country name और हमने city name लिया, just in case we get name of like people, 10 names की list है,
हाँ.
Like with the names like Bhavya Kumar with no space, then
हाँ,
there's another
राज
name.
प्रताप सिंह,
Hmm.
हाँ
मतलब एनीथिंग विद मिडिल नेम.
हाँ जी.
Hmm.
तो ये उसमें तो हम ऑब्वियसली हम नाम में तो कोड वोड नहीं दे सकते. लिस्ट आई है, बस नेम की लिस्ट आई है विदाउट एनी स्पेसेस एंड फुल नेम्स हटाया है. तो उस सिचुएशन में हम क्या करेंगे?
In that case, it's manual work.
मतलब इतने सारे डेटा को मैनुअल करना पड़ेगा फिर.
अगर कोई पैटर्न नहीं है तो मैनुअली हो पाएगा वो. Because see, you yourself understand this. Let's say you have given some, let's say Raj, right? Raj, and the middle name is, let's say, K, and then Sharma. So like that, it won't work because let's say next K, then again TH, like whatever that is. Some of them may not have the last name. Some of them may not have the middle name. So some pattern has to be there to identify it. Otherwise, that is not possible. That's a manual work.
तो probably I might be missing, but is there any function जैसे हम spaces हो तो हम spaces भी दे सकते हो between the names, like आशीष के बीच में if you have to give the space, या राज के शर्मा के बीच में राज के बाद and के बाद.
Yes, not functions, I'll say, but you want to give the space. But what on basis of which logic you are doing that? Because same logic then you can apply on extracting it.
ओके, ऐसा नहीं कर सकते हम, अगर ऐसा डेटा आएगा तो क्लाइंट को वापस बोल
It's a
देना हो पाई है.
manual work.
नहीं, वापस भेज के नहीं बोल सकते ना हो पाई है, सही से करके दो.
वापस क्या नहीं कर सकते?
क्लाइंट को डेटा वापस.
हाँ, मतलब if you want you to clean it, you can clean it. Otherwise, there's no pattern to it. So
हाँ, मतलब बोल देंगे, मतलब अब बहुत ज्यादा डेटा हो जैसे ना,
हाँ,
अब
हाँ.
वो हमें काम, उनका तो काम इजी
Right.
करने के लिए दे दिया, लेकिन हमारा काम तो मतलब हेक्टिक हो जाएगा अगर मतलब मिलियंस में डेटा है. मतलब मिलियंस में छोड़ो, थाउजेंड्स में भी है.
Generally, you want to get it this type of data. Some pattern will be there.
एक्चुअली आई हैव गॉट अर्लियर, मतलब जहां भी मैं काम करती थी वहाँ
Hmm.
कई बार ना डेटा में नाम ऐसे मर्ज नेम होते थे, तो
Hmm.
ज्यादा तो नहीं आते थे, पर कई बार ऐसे आए हैं ऐसे रैंडमली,
Very
तो हम तो
ज्यादा नहीं होंगे, but
एस्केलेट कर
it
देते थे.
won't be possible if you have a million of records and your entire data is like this. Then that's a
तो
useless.
हम फिर क्लाइंट से बात कर सकते हैं इस बारे में.
Definitely.
हम्म.
Okay. Because if there is no pattern, there's no point, there's no logic that can be applied to it. So you are saying A, let's say Raj, and if you're saying capital alphabets, right? Again, find. In a text, it's not possible because is upper. Do we have any function is upper? No. We have upper. Not possible in Excel. You can do this in Python because we have a function is upper is lower in Python, with which you can run a for loop on a text string and basically extract that particular first character, alphabetical characters, basically uppercase characters, right? But not possible in Excel. Maybe possible with macros, but not this one. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So left, right, mid, we have done. So these all we have done. Now, which all categories we are left with? Date and time.
Lookup functions and date and time.
Date and time.
Lookup.
And
And
array.
lookup function.
Okay. So let's look at date and time now. If you want to define any date, I can simply use date function for that. Date function has 3 arguments. You need to define the year, month, and day. So let's say I'm defining today's 2024. So year is, let's say, 2024, and month is April, let's say 4, day is 1. So it has converted this into date. Now from this, I can extract what's the format of it. What's the format of the date? MDY. Because it is taking up my system's format. Right? Now if I want to extract date, so equals to day function I have, and it is saying serial number because dates are stored as numbers in the backend. Give this reference and it will retrieve me 1. Similarly, it will retrieve me month also, 4, and I can get year also. So today function will return me today's date. I will say today, and it does not take any argument as an input, right? So it will return me today's date. Now function will return me today's date and current time. We have seen this function. So current time and today's date. Now if I want to declare a time, so I can use the time function like I use the date function. So let's say R is 12 hour, minutes is 30 minutes, and 0 seconds. So 12:30 p.m. it has taken up. Weekday, if I want to extract weekday from this date, let's say from today's date, it is returning me 6. Today is what? Friday. 6. We have return type also. Whether you want to, so by default it is what? Sunday as 1 and Saturday as 7. So your weekday may change depending on what you are taking up. So if I take Monday as 1 and Sunday as 7, so today earlier it was returning me 6. Now it will return me 5. 2. It will return me 5. Okay. Similarly, you have week number, which week number of the year. So this is my serial number, let's say. Return type. Again, whether week starts from Sunday or Monday, it will automatically, it will differ a bit, but not a lot. So if I say 1, in this case, it will return me which week? 20. And if I say 2, so it is same. Yeah. Basically, if I consider Monday and if I consider, let's say, Friday, 15 as my, let's my week starts on Friday. So today is Friday. So it will return me 21. Right? Then we have network days. So network days, basically what it does is it excludes the weekends. It only calculates the working days and any holidays that you have given. So I will say network days. Let's say start date is let's say let me define it. Date 2024, month is May, right? And 1. Again, let's say end date is again date 2024, month is 5, and day is, let me take 30, for example, and done. Holiday is optional. So it is returning me 22 because there are 8 weekend days, Saturday, Sunday. If I want to include any day which is not among Saturday and Sunday and still it's a holiday. So let's say, we check calendar once. Let me consider today only, 17. It's Friday. So I am having a date over here, which is, let's say, 5/17/2024. What I'll do, I'll consider this as a holiday. So I have an optional argument over here, holiday, and I will give the reference of this cell. I can give the range as a reference or a particular cell also. And earlier it was 22, now 21. If you want to, let's say if you want to write, let me just copy this. If you want to write your dates which are holidays, so what you can do is you can say curly brackets. Inside curly brackets, you can write your multiple dates which are multiple holidays. So let's say 17 of, so it is what, 5/17/2024, comma 16 slash, sorry, 5/16/2024 inside the curly brackets. So now equals to, it is returning me 20 because I have defined 2 as holidays. 2 days as holidays. Clear? But let's say you don't
ये
have
वाला एक बार रिपीट कर दीजिए प्लीज,
which one? This one.
नेटवर्किंग का पूरा, नेटवर्क डेज वाला पूरा.
Yeah. So it's nothing. Basically, you are saying this is your starting date and this is your end date. And this will what it will do is it will remove Saturday and Sunday. It will exclude Saturday and Sunday, and then it will return you the total number of days between those two dates. Now let's say you have
सैटरडे संडे ऑटोमेटिकली एक्सक्लूड हो जाएंगे.
correct. Now I'm saying except Saturday and Sunday, I had off on this day. This is a holiday, 17th May, let's say. So I'm saying I've given the reference of this cell over here. So now excluding Saturday and Sunday, and it will also exclude this day also. Clear?
सर नहीं आया समझ में ये नेटवर्क डेज.
Okay, let me do it again. I am saying कि what I have done over here is कीर्ति इतना clear है?
जी सर.
What it is returning? Number of days between the start date and end date, and it is excluding the weekends. Correct? Saturday, Sunday. It is not considering Saturday and Sunday. Now I am saying, let's say I had there was a holiday, some festival on 17th May. So this will be also off. So I'm saying ki consider this also. So what I'll do, I will just say give the reference of this date also over here, and it will exclude this date also. So now I have 21 days. I have worked basically in a month. I have worked 21 days.
Okay, so basically we are counting working days.
Working days, yes.
Okay.
But the limitation of this is, let's say I don't have off on weekend. I have off on weekday. But here it is not considering weekdays. So for that, we have one more function, which is networkdays.intl. Which is what? Networkdays.international. So here it has the same arguments, but only one argument is additional over here. So I will say networkdays.intl. Start date. Again, let's say date. I am saying 2024, 5th month and 1st. That is 1st May. And date is date 2024. Month is 5th and day is 30. Now you have an option over here to decide your weekend. On which day of the week you have your weekend. So let's say I have weekend on Wednesday. On Wednesday only. So I will say 14. Close. So that means I'm taking off only 4 days in a month. So that means I'm working. So it may have happened that Wednesday have come 5 times. So I'm working 25 days a week. Alternate off. So you have that option over here, whether it is Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday only. Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday only, Monday only. So this option we are not having over here. But let's say, one second. What logic we can apply in that case if we are having alternate offs in a week? So let's say Wednesday and we have Wednesday only, let's say 14. So it is returning me 25 and I have, let's say, let me try if this is possible over here. Not possible. Here we do not have any such option, but I'll tell you this logic by next class. I'll think of some logic, what logic we can apply in that scenario. Right? So let's say Wednesday only. So what happened? 14th. Let's say Wednesday only. That means I'm working 25 days a week. If I want to now give holidays also, I can give the holidays. On this date, I have holidays. 24. Clear? Okay. Guys, any doubt in date and time part in functions? No? Online guys,
Sir, can you explain once again week num?
week num, yeah. So week num is nothing. So I have mentioned over here, let's say by default, it is taking Sunday. That is my week is starting from Sunday and ending at Saturday, right?
Okay.
So that means ki which week of the year it is. So it is 20th week of the year. There are around 52 weeks in a year. So which week number of the year it is? 20. So by default it is Sunday. But I am saying ki my week starts from Friday, right? So that means ki my week ends at Thursday. And today is what?
Friday.
Today is Friday. So
Yes.
that means ki my week has changed, right?
Okay.
So I have here changed what? Ki my week is starting from Friday. So that means today a new week has started.
Yes.
That is why it is 21.
Okay, sir.
So if understood this, then let's get back to date again. So let's say I have dates. So we have 5/17/2024. I have some other dates, and they are, let's say, 17/4/2024. Okay. Now, can you tell me what are the formats of the data I have over here?
Numeric and text.
That's the data type. Format.
अच्छा फॉर्मेट है MDY and DM
MDY and
and DMY.
I have two different formats in a single column. And we have text dates and numeric dates. So if I have a numeric date, sorry, text date, and I try to extract, let's say, day from it, what will happen? Value,
Value.
because dates are stored as numbers in the backend, right? I am not able to extract from it. This is a text, not a numeric value. So what I need to do? Okay. First of all, how you're able to identify which one is text data and which one is numeric? Left aligned, right aligned?
Yes.
नहीं वो तो नॉर्मली हम इसको भी अलाइन कर सकते हैं डेट्स को भी लेफ्ट राइट अलाइन
Now tell me which one is text and which one is numeric.
we can check by using number
We
equal to
can
number
create a
number
column,
value.
which is identifier,
Yeah, number value.
identifier, and I can say if this is a text or a number.
Number.
I can say is text, or I should say is number.
Mhm.
Anyone you can choose, right? And this is asking for the value. This one is the value.
True. Okay.
This can tell me which one is a text date and which one is a numeric date. Now, my text date and numeric date are having two different formats. Okay. Now, so what will happen if I try to apply formatting on the text date? Let's say I apply any formatting on the text date, right? So let's say MMM/YYYY. Are you able to see any change in the sample? That means
No.
number formatting cannot be applied on the text. So you cannot even change the format of it to MDY, so that the entire column has a single format, right? Okay. So what will you do? Text को numbers में change कर देंगे? How? Value function. Value functions for numeric. This is date. Tell me the approach. Like what are the steps I'm going to take first? First, I have identified what are the formats. Then I have identified which are the text, which are the numeric. Now, numeric dates I don't need to convert into date because they are already into the date format or date data type. I need to convert only text dates into the numeric dates, right? So what will I do? I will filter my text dates. Which one are the text dates? False. So filter the false part. So I have only the text dates now. All of these formats are same. Make the selection. Go to data tab. Go to text to columns. Next, next, then click on date. Now here you need to give the correct format. What is the format? MDY, DMY. For the text date, what is the input format?
DMY.
This is what? DMY. These are text dates. So DMY. Now finish. So false became true. Now remove the filter. And now you can even delete this column. You don't require it. So now all the text dates are converted to numeric dates.
हमारे पास जो न्यूमेरिक डेट्स आती हैं
Hmm.
हेलो
Yeah, Vidhi.
जो हमारी न्यूमेरिक डेट्स होती हैं वो हमारे सिस्टम टाइम के अकॉर्डिंग ही आती है ना?
Yes.
जैसे मेरा ना DMY है तो मेरे में DMY ही आएगा।
हाँ हाँ, वो सिस्टम टाइम के अकॉर्डिंग आती है। अब उसको चेंज कर दोगे तो हो जाएगा।
तो सिस्टम टाइम भी चेंज करना मतलब जरूरी है या फिर हम उसी
नहीं।
फॉर्मेट के
It's
डिपेंड ऑन द रिक्वायरमेंट?
requirement. If it's a text, then you can convert it using text to columns.
नहीं वो तो इफ इट इज अ टेक्स्ट देन वी विल चेंज फॉर श्योर। लेकिन जैसे अभी मेरा सिस्टम टाइम DMY है
Hmm.
तो मैं उसे DMY रहने दे सकती हूँ राइट सिस्टम टाइम को?
Yes.
तो
No issue with that. Yes.
unless we are working for US or other country we
Yeah.
can let it be the same way it is.
Yes. Let's say my system for my format is what?
MDY.
MDY. Okay. So it is, if I say 5/17/2024, it's a date.
Yeah.
But if let me take DMY, so it is 17/5/2024. It is a text. But if I change my format of the date of my system date format to DMY, then MDY will be a text. Clear?
अगर हमारा इंडियन टाइम है मतलब अगर हमारे सिस्टम में तो जो टेक्स्ट वैल्यू होगी वो MDY फॉर्मेट में आ जाएगी।
So it depends on system to system. Some systems are having DMY, some systems are having YMD.
तो बेसिकली इसका मतलब ये है कि जैसे हमारा जो फॉर्मेट है, जो हमारे सिस्टम का फॉर्मेट है, उसके अगेंस्ट कोई भी फॉर्मेट आया तो वो टेक्स्ट वैल्यू में काउंट
Correct.
होगा।
Let's say if I take YMD, so it is 2024/5/17. So this it will take it as so YMD is the default format we have in SQL or Excel. If I take MYD, so MYD will be what? It will be
2024/17.
It's a text. So generally YMD and whatever system date format is, these two will be numeric, others will be text.
YMD और MDY इसमें सेम है, वो चेंज हुआ है क्या? YMD दिखाओगे?
हाँ, वो by default system date
चेंज
format.
हो गया। हाँ जी।
वो न्यूमेरिक वैल्यू है ना वही वो आई थिंक ही इज सेइंग दैट इज कि
Yeah.
ये दोनों हमारे टेक्स्ट उसमें रहेंगे और न्यूमेरिक में और ये टेक्स्ट में हो
नो
जाएंगे।
नो नो न्यूमेरिक सही है पर YMD में भी
YMD
मंथ डेट एंड देन ईयर ना, तो इसलिए
हाँ,
YMD mostly will be
correct format.
numeric only in all the systems, and this is system specific. Because if you see in SQL also, YMD is the default format when you convert the text date into data type.
ओके अगर जैसे ना आपने बोला कि डिपेंड ऑन सिस्टम टू सिस्टम कि जो हमारी टेक्स्ट वैल्यू है वो किस फॉर्मेट में है ना? अब सपोज कीजिए कि जो हमारा मंथ और डेट है वो ऐसा है कि विद इन 12 मंथ्स है अंडर दोनों चीजें, मतलब डेट भी सपोज 7 या 8 है
Yeah.
और मंथ भी 7th और या 8th मंथ है और वो हमारा टेक्स्ट है, तो हम आइडेंटिफाई कैसे करेंगे कि ये इसका फॉर्मेट क्या है? क्योंकि वो तो इस नंबर से भी नहीं आएगा, इस मतलब जैसे हम निकाल लेते हैं ना कि क्या कहते हैं फॉर्मेट मंथ करके डिराइव कर लेते हैं, तो हम उसमें तो मंथ भी डिराइव नहीं कर पाएंगे क्योंकि वो हमें वैल्यू एरर दे देगा। तो उस केस में हम आइडेंटिफाई कैसे करेंगे कि इसमें से हमारा मंथ कौन सा है?
फिर से रिपीट करना भी थी.
ओके सपोज आप कोई डेट लिखिए 5/7/2024।
Okay, let me write it one second.
एनी
5/7.
/7 हाँ इसे टेक्स्ट में कर दीजिए।
Okay. Guys, please.
हाँ
Yeah.
अब ये टेक्स्ट में हो गई, ठीक है। अब
हम्म.
इनमें से जैसे अभी आपने बोला कि अभी तो हम जैसे इसमें आइडेंटिफाई कर पा रहे हैं कि इसका फॉर्मेट क्या है टेक्स्ट का, ठीक है, क्योंकि
हम्म,
हमारी 17 मंथ तो हो नहीं सकता, डेट ही होगी।
करेक्ट।
अब आपने बोला डिपेंड ऑन सिस्टम टू सिस्टम कि वो टेक्स्ट का फॉर्मेट क्या लेता है ना, मतलब
हम्म,
जरूरी नहीं है कि वो सेम ही ले।
हम्म,
अब इस केस में हमें तो नहीं पता कि इसमें से मंथ कौन सा है और डेट कौन सी है, तो हम इसमें से डिराइव कैसे करेंगे, क्योंकि टेक्स्ट वैल्यू में हम जैसे नॉर्मली हम मंथ चेक कर लेते हैं कि
हम्म।
कौन सा मंथ आ रहा है अगर नंबर वैल्यू में, तो हमें पता चल
That
जाएगा
these details will be given from the client side.
कि मतलब डेट एंड मंथ। बट इन केस अगर नहीं भी है तो हम कैसे आइडेंटिफाई कर सकते हैं, मतलब जस्ट फॉर द नॉलेज आई एम आस्किंग दिस, कि इज
Hmm.
देयर एनी वे दैट वी कैन आइडेंटिफाई कि आउट ऑफ दिस व्हिच इज द मंथ एंड व्हिच इज द डेट।
Yeah, so you basically can see more dates which are like these, having the same format, and if anyone crosses the 12th day, so
इन केस नहीं भी है तो मतलब आप इसी फॉर्मेट को पकड़ के चलो, दैट
hmm,
इज व्हाट आई एम सेइंग, आई एम जस्ट आस्किंग फॉर द नॉलेज। जैसे सेम मतलब डेट्स हैं जिसमें हमारा 12 क्रॉस कर ही नहीं रहा,
hmm, hmm,
सपोजिडली हमारे पास लिमिटेड डेटा है, छोटा डेटा है, छोटा डेटा सेट है जिसमें 12 डेट क्रॉस ही नहीं कर रहा,
hmm.
तो उस केस में हम कंपेयर भी नहीं कर सकते। तो मतलब इज देयर एनी वे दैट वी कैन आइडेंटिफाई और वी कैन डायरेक्टली चेंज एंड देन कैन चेक?
Yeah, so you have to basically check from where you got the data and what is the format of the date where it is stored.
सो कांट वी डू दैट कि जैसे आपने टेक्स्ट टू कॉलम करके
So what
इसको
happens
चेंज
is
किया?
sometimes with the problem we have is, let's say I am taking 5 7, right?
हम्म
So I am giving the format over here. I have given the format as, let's say, over here as DMY,
हम्म
right? But my
राइट।
system will pick it up as MDY. So that can also be the problem. So this is the reason that text dates are usually stored as text, and you are given the format, and you need to convert the text date into numeric.
दैट इज सॉरी, दैट इज व्हाट आई एम आस्किंग। मैं जो बोल रही हूँ मेरा पॉइंट ये है, जैसे टेक्स्ट चाहिए सपोज कीजिए, ठीक है,
हाँ,
तो क्या हम ऐसा नहीं कर सकते, जैसे हमारे पास न्यूमेरिक वैल्यूज तो है ही, हमें उनमें हमें पता है उनमें से मंथ कौन सा है डेट कौन सा है, हमें टेक्स्ट वैल्यू का नहीं पता।
हाँ,
अब हम टेक्स्ट वैल्यू को जैसे हमने टेक्स्ट टू कॉलम करके हम नॉर्मली भी तो चेंज करते ही है ना, फॉर्मेट मतलब उनको
but
न्यूमेरिक फॉर्म में चेंज करते हैं
understand that
टेक्स्ट।
ना, जब हम text to column करते हैं, so we
हम्म
define the format.
तो दैट इज व्हाट आई एम सेइंग, वी कैन चेक इट ट्वाइस, दो ही तो फॉर्मेट है, या डीएमवाई होगा या एमटीवाई होगा, या फिर मतलब जो भी फॉर्मेट हम
वो
ईयर का
MDY
तो
में भी
होगा
कन्वर्ट
नहीं,
हो जाएगा ना,
तो हम अंडू
MDY में भी
वही।
कन्वर्ट हो जाएगा और DMY में भी कन्वर्ट हो जाएगा because it is less than 12. But
हम्म
then it won't be the correct. That's why I told you need to check because 5775,
हम्म
right? So that's the backend thing that you need to check beforehand
ओके।
from the client or from wherever you're getting the data.
क्योंकि ना जो हमने लास्ट टाइम फर्स्ट वाली केस स्टडी की थी ना,
Hmm.
उसमें मे बी टाइम के अकॉर्डिंग वो थी तो न्यूमेरिक वैल्यू, मतलब थैंकफुली वो न्यूमेरिक वाला था, लेकिन उसमें सारे जो डेट्स थे ना उसमें अंडर 12 ही था सब कुछ, मतलब मंथ और
But
डेट
you were
दोनों अंडर
given
12 थे।
in the question, you were given the format.
हम्म
Okay, there are two date formats available in this date column.
नहीं वो तो गिवन था, मैं एक एग्जांपल दे रही हूँ कि
हाँ,
जैसे उसमें आया था सपोज मतलब थैंकफुली वो फॉर्मेट भी सही था, वो नंबर फॉर्मेट में ही था,
हाँ,
जो जो डेट्स अंडर 12 थी वो सब नंबर फॉर्मेट में थी, तो हमें मतलब प्रॉब्लम नहीं हुई। बट दैट वाज माय क्वेश्चन कि अगर वो नंबर की जगह टेक्स्ट में होती
hmm.
और हमारे पास गिवन नहीं होती इन्फॉर्मेशन, तो मतलब वही पूछ रही थी, तो हम क्या करेंगे, वही अगेन एस्केलेट करेंगे, राइट?
Then you have to get clarified on the date column
या
first because ultimately, see, you won't be never be able to do this. If I say 7 5, right, that means 7th month, 5th day, 2024. But client may mean this as 7th day, 5th month.
7 मंथ 50 या वाइस
I am
वर्सा,
taking it as 7th month, 5th day, right? But it can be
7th डे 5th मंथ।
7th day, 5th month.
या
So you have to get it clarified from the backend only.
ओके
I hope it's clear now.
या
Okay. 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 So guys, clear with the date part? How to change the text date into numeric? You need to give the input date format. Okay. And this is going to be the approach for that. So it's 11:30. Let's have a break and everyone be back by 11:50. Right. So date and time done. Next we have is array functions. What all array functions you guys know? Guys, what all array functions you know? Any array function? No. You may have heard of it, but you may not know the category. Count if.
Hello.
Yeah. Count if. Count if or ifs. Then we have some ifs, average if. So we will do this one, count ifs, and the rest of the functions have similar syntax. Okay, so let me get the data, for example. Now, question is, let's say, question is, get the count of records. Let me change the data a bit. Say apples again. Get the count of records where the product is apples. How can I do this now? This question. So, okay, before starting with, what do you think? Why we use array functions? Like, what's the use case of it? Huh? Can't what? Count a condition. Okay. No, like what it does. What's the use case of the array function? What pivot table does?
Summarize the data.
Summarize the data. Why I'm using array functions? To summarize it,
Summarize the data.
to get the aggregated value based on condition. That's
Based on,
summarizing the data.
yeah.
So we can also say that to perform multiple calculations.
Multiple no, that's not a very, that's a very general statement, not specific. To summarize the data.
To summarize the
Example,
data.
can you give any examples over here? Like what all kind of examples I can have where I can summarize the data? Sorry? Employee table. No, give me the analysis. So let's say I'm saying, let's say category wise sales. Right?
Salaries.
I can say total sales of employees. Like this, I can have n number of analysis. So I have a raw data. Let's say I have a raw data. From this raw data, if I'm saying category wise sales, let's say I have 3 categories: furniture, office supplies, and accessory. So these category will be repetitive, right? What I will do, I will get the unique categories. So there are 3 categories. So I will have only 3 records. Now, corresponding to each category, I will get the total sales of furniture, total sales of office supplies, total sales of. So from this raw data, I am getting this much output. And this is what? Summary, which I've created from this raw data. So we use array functions to summarize the data, and same thing is done using the pivot tables also. So yeah, now what I want is, I want the count of records where the product is apples. So I can simply do it. Can I do it using if? Let's try do it using if. So I can say if this, let me take the range, equals to apples. Then what I want to return? Then return 1. Otherwise, let us 0. If I do that, so what will be the output of this? I can simply press F9, select this, press F9 and check. 1 0 0 0 1 0, right? Now what I need to do? If I apply count on it, count of this input, this output, 6. Why 6? What should be the output? I'm getting 6.
Because it counts the true and false both.
Correct. It counts zeros also. So what should I take? Sum. Right? Now it's correct. So this is traditional method that I used. Basically, I knew logical functions, I knew aggregate functions, and I performed it. Now, array function से कैसे करेंगे? So I will say count if If I have a single condition to check, I will use count if. If I have multiple conditions to check, I will use count ifs. Count if. Now it is asking for the range. So in which range I want to check the condition? Product. I will select this range. What is my criteria? Apples. So either I can write apples in double quotes or I can select this. Right? So let me just write it in double quotes. Apples. Same output. Okay. Now next question is
एक बार ट्रेडिशनल मेथड पे क्लिक करेंगे प्लीज.
nothing, just I have selected the entire range and I have said equals to apples.
कॉमा 1 कॉमा 0 0 तो समझ गए.
And then I have taken some. So wherever it is apples, it will return 1.
अदरवाइज 0.
Yeah.
ठीक है.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Now I am saying.
एक बार आप प्लीज एरे का मतलब ऐसे लेमन में एक बार समझाओगे, मतलब कि हम एरे कहते किस चीज को?
Array is what? This selection.
Any selection.
Yeah, the range basically which you are taking up.
Whether it is horizontally or vertically.
Yes. That's an array.
Okay.
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 So let's say now next question is get the count of records where the product is either apple or let's say oranges. Count of records where the product is either apples or oranges. Now I will do what over here? How can I get that? So I'll say count if. This is my range where I want to check the condition. What is my criteria range? Apples. I can give only one condition. One criteria only I can check. Right? Apples, done. So my output should be what? 3. I'm getting what? 2. So I can say plus count if. This is my range again. Check whether the criteria is oranges. I can do that. Now it's correct.
We can also use count ifs.
Count ifs. Okay. Understand? This is what? Single categorical variable.
Right.
If I want to check multiple
Okay,
conditions,
multiple. Right.
the single categorical variable, it will be what? Or condition. Count ifs, sum ifs, average ifs by default,
Multiple.
and condition. Right? So that is useful when you are comparing, giving conditions across the columns, not within the column.
Okay.
This is one way. Other way is that you can say count if you want to give a or condition within a single count if, not and or condition. So you can give the range, and inside the curly brackets you can give the criterias and number of criterias with or condition. So I can say in this particular range, for this particular range, you cannot have, see, in count ifs you can have multiple criteria range, but in count if you can have only a single criteria range. This is my single criteria range. So I will give apples, comma, oranges. That is, I am saying in this range, check either for apples or oranges. So when you're giving or condition, you can in a single range or a variable or a column, you can give it in the curly brackets.
So what does curly bracket defines?
So it
Or
is curly brackets means or condition.
Anywhere if you have to use or condition, we'll use curly brackets in such situation.
Yes.
Okay.
Now you are able to see it is that separately giving me apples ka 2 count and oranges ka 1. If I want total, I can take the sum of it now. This is what nesting of functions is. Done. Both of them are correct, but this one is more convenient rather than writing count if again and again with the or condition. Okay. So this is one thing. So this is for categorical. Now for continuous, let's say I am telling you, question is, let's say, what could be the question next? I'm saying I want only to have I want to know the count of the records where the stock is greater than 30. Count where stock is greater than equals to 30, let's say. So I want to count it. So I will say count what? Count if, because I have a single condition to check. What is my range to where will I check the condition? Stop. I'll select this, comma. Now I need to give the criteria. What is my criteria? Greater than equals to 30. So I will give that inside the square or this double quotes. Greater than equals to 30. So there are 3 records with the stock is greater than equals to 30. 1, 2, 3. Now one more thing over here. When I was saying I need to use curly brackets for the OR condition, there's a reason for that. You cannot use logical functions inside array functions, and or not. You cannot use that. Will return you an error. Okay. So when you want to give a condition which is numeric, you need to give it inside the square brackets with the symbols. Equal to 30 or greater than equals to 30, less than, not equals, whatever, inside the double quotes. Okay. Now, okay. So this was regarding COUNTIF. Now, if I tell you I want to see those products where the product is Apple and the count of stock is 0 and count of stock is 0. Yeah. Or I can say where get the count where product is Apple and not sold out. Not sold out, right? How many conditions I have over here? 2. Are these 2 conditions from the same range? No. These are 2 different ranges. One is product, one is sold. So that means I cannot use count if. I have multiple ranges over here to check. So I will use count ifs.
Ifs.
So I will say count ifs. Now it is saying criteria range 1. I want to check for the product. So this is my criteria range 1. My criteria range 1, and then product is what? Apples. Then next argument is what? Criteria range 2. This is my criteria range 2. Comma, what is my criteria? Equals to 0. Close. Because I have only 2 criteria, I can have a number of criteria ranges and criterias in COUNTIFs. This is correct. There is only one record where the product is Apple and it is not sold out. So if you have multiple conditions to check, what that will be using? Ifs, count ifs.
Apple and oranges वाले में context status.
Apple and oranges, नहीं. Count ifs कर सकते हैं use, but that will be same as count if. So you're talking about this one, no? This one. Right. So I can use count ifs. So I'll say count ifs, but मेरी range तो फिर भी एक ही है ना, criteria range. So count ifs. This is my criteria range. Right, and comma and curly bracket for the OR condition. So I will give over here, let's say apples, comma, oranges, and close the bracket. Then now you can apply some function on top of it. So this is acting as a COUNTIF only because you have a single range to check the conditions. Guys, clear with the count if and ifs part? Count ifs work with and conditions between different ranges that you're checking. Another set. Let's now work with, so we have seen count if, let's now work with sum if. So question is, get the let's say total sales of apples and oranges. Clear with the question? What will I use? Sum ifs. I can use sum if or sum ifs. Both will be same because I have a single criteria to check, single criteria range. So I will use sum if, let's say sum if. Now it is what? Criteria range. What is my criteria range? Product. What is my criteria? Apples and oranges. So how will I pass this criteria? Curly brackets with the or condition.
curly
They
brackets.
are inside a single categorical variable. I will say,
इसमें
yeah.
इसमें और कंडीशन क्यों आएगी? क्योंकि हमें टोटल सेल्स एप्पल्स एंड ऑरेंजेस दोनों की चाहिए ना,
Total sales of apples and oranges. Correct?
तो दोनों की टोटल सेल्स चाहिए ना, हमें इधर थोड़ी ना चाहिए.
I mean combined. So that's what
हाँ,
this combined.
एग्जैक्टली. अगर कंबाइन चाहिए तो हम और कंडीशन क्यों यूज करेंगे फिर?
If you're using and condition, what will happen? One way to do this is, you are saying this now, same thing you are saying over here. See, either I can do this using like this, apples plus sum if. Again, I need to check the range, and I'll say oranges, and then I need to give the apples. यहाँ पे I need to give the sum range also. So this is my sum range, and here also I need to give the sum range. What happened?
When we are putting a trade for retail investor, we are putting number, we are
Bhavya, please, Bhavya, please, yeah.
wants to buy a house.
Clear? Vidhi?
हाँ, ये तो मेरे को क्लियर हो गया, लेकिन मेरा क्वेश्चन ये है
What did I
कि
tell
जैसे
you? If I have a single categorical variable and inside that, if I have multiple conditions to check, will I use or and?
और
Or, right?
हम्म
Now I am saying I need the total sales of apples and oranges. Let me just make it
अच्छा 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 अच्छा, गॉट इट गॉट इट गॉट इट गॉट इट.
clear. This is when you're
इधर
doing it.
या तो अगर एप्पल्स होंगे या फिर ऑरेंजेस होंगे तो हमें दोनों का सम टोटल चाहिए. राइट राइट
Correct.
राइट राइट.
Or I can do it using simply I can say sum if this is my range, and I can say in the curly brackets apples, comma,
इधर एप्पल्स और ऑरेंजेस.
ranges, close the curly bracket, criteria,
हाँ,
and
हमें
then the
दोनों
next
का
argument is
चाहिए.
what? Sum range. This
Sum.
is my sum range. Now let's say I am taking my sum range from here. Let's see if this
Hmm.
works.
Yeah.
1200, 1500.
Yeah.
And
It's
I need to do
getting it.
what now? Take sum of it.
ये ज्यादा है. सम इफ से अलग आ रहा है.
1750, D90, D99, D89, D89. 1750 आ रहा नहीं. Apples and oranges. So if I make it D89, then
But how does it make difference? Because जो हमारे हेडिंग है
क्योंकि
वो
मैंने
तो
यहाँ पे
हमारी
सम
नॉन
रेंज
न्यूमेरिक है.
अलग ली, because what, see, whatever ranges you are selecting, ideally it's a tabular data, so your starting and end range should be same, otherwise it will not give you the correct answer. Clear?
Okay.
If I'm starting, if my criteria range is from C89, then my sum range should also start from 89. Row number should be same, of same length. Clear now? Okay, so this is what we have. Then I'm saying now next question is get the total sales of apples where the status is either cancelled, or what do we have? Status
Pending, cancelled, and delivered.
Status is either cancelled
or delivered.
or delivered. Yeah, clear with the question? What will I
Yes.
use? How many ranges I need to check? 2. I need to check for the status and for the product.
Sum
Now,
ifs.
within the status, it will be or condition. Across the product and status, it will be
And condition.
So I'll be using what? Count if, sum ifs. Sum ifs is by default across the columns is what? And.
Yeah.
So I will say. So I will say sum if. Now first argument is what? Sum range. Of which
Sum
column I want to
range.
take the sum of? This one? Comma. Second argument is criteria range 1. This is my criteria range 1. Then criteria 1. What is my criteria 1? Apples. Then what is my criteria range 2? Status. What is my criteria 2?
Delivered or pending. Curly brackets में.
Delivered
or pending. Comma pending.
or cancel.
No, sorry, cancel.
And done. Right. So I've got this. Now I can take some of it. This will give me a single value. So 900 is the total amount where the product is apples and the status is either cancelled or delivered.
हाँ आशीष, जैसे हम ना सम ऑलरेडी हम सम इफ्स यूज कर रहे हैं, तो
Hmm.
भी हमें अलग से सम यूज करने की ये इसका काउंट क्यों नहीं ले रहा, टोटल काउंट क्यों नहीं
Because
ले
we are
रहा?
using a or condition over here, so it is returning a separate count for delivered and cancelled for the apples.
ओके, ठीक है,
So this
तो हमें
is
फिर
what-
नेस्टिंग
this,
करनी पड़ेगी
yeah, this
उसकी.
is how it is working. Apples and delivered are working with and condition. Apples and
एंड
cancelled
एप्पल
are
कैंसिल्ड आर
with and
अलग.
condition, but these two are with or.
ओके, ठीक है.
Guys, clear?
सेम अगर जैसे एप वही अगेन दोनों में दो दो कंडीशंस हो जाएंगी, जैसे सपोज बनानास एंड ऑरेंजेस,
Yeah.
और फिर स्टेटस भी कैंसिल्ड और इन दोनों का डिलीवर्ड, तो दोनों में कॉलम्स में और कंडीशन होगी और दोनों डिफरेंट कॉलम्स में एंड यूज हो
And
जाएगी.
condition होगी दोनों different columns में.
कॉलम्स में तो अलग होगी पर विद इन अ कॉलम तो दोनों में और होगी ना,
If
जैसे
you want
एप्पल्स
to give
और
the-
बनानास.
If you want to give the or condition between different columns, then
जैसे एप्पल्स है यहाँ पे सपोजली,
हाँ,
तो हम मतलब कर्ली ब्रैकेट्स में एप्पल्स और बनानास हो जाएगा, मतलब कर्ली ब्रैकेट एप्पल्स बनानास हो जाएगा एंड स्टेटस में डिलीवर्ड एंड कैंसिल्ड ही रहेगा, राइट?
correct.
इट शुड आइडली वर्क लाइक दैट.
Yeah.
ओके, कैन वी डू इट वंस, मतलब इसी में हम ऐड करके देख सकते हैं.
Okay, so let me just copy this. Some ifs. So apples,
ब्लैक कर्ली
apples,
ब्रैकेट्स में एंड बनानास, कॉमा बनानास,
oranges.
ऑरेंजेस, बनानास, जो भी.
So 350 and it is
Zero.
giving me 0.
तो हम एक बारी देखें बनानास
तो oranges में
ऑरेंजेस.
apples का delivered and cancelled का it is returning में 350.
और ऑरेंजेस का तो आई थिंक दे ही नहीं रहा है.
Oranges oranges delivered तो है ही
हाँ डिलीवर्ड है ऑरेंजेस का.
250.
दो है, एक पेंडिंग है, एक डिलीवर्ड है, तो एक तो आना ही चाहिए. और उसका भी गलती आ रहा है ना, एप्पल्स का तो गलती आ रहा है, क्योंकि हमारा ओरिजिनली तो एप्पल का 900 आ रहा था ना.
एक second. So it is D89 to D99 apples, oranges. Then it is what criteria range to delivered or cancelled. Or ED. It is apples, oranges, and then delivered, cancelled. Let's say if I just take it for the delivered, let's say what we get. So delivered is 350 and oranges is 250. 250 and apples is 250 and
100 ये रहा ना, एप्पल्स 100 डिलीवर्ड.
100. So it is 350. It's correct now. But if I add over here, cancelled. No, cancelled. Yeah. So it is returning me 350 and 0.
कैंसिल्ड का कैलकुलेट ही नहीं कर रहा वो.
So it is apples का 350, delivered आ रहा है यहाँ पे, right?
डिलीवर्ड ही आ रहा है, और इसमें ऑरेंजेस का आउटपुट आ रहा है वो कैंसिल्ड का आ रहा है, क्योंकि ऑरेंजेस का आई थिंक कैंसिल्ड में जीरो ही है. ऑरेंजेस कैंसिल्ड जीरो है. देयर आर नो कैंसिल्ड
I
ऑरेंजेस.
think it's taking apples delivered and oranges का cancelled वाला
हाँ
ना.
एग्जैक्टली.
Apples का delivered and oranges का cancelled.
हम्म
It is apples का delivered is there, oranges का cancelled. So let's say if I take pending of oranges, it will verify this.
हाँ, तो ये पेंडिंग लेगा फिर ऑरेंजेस का, और एप्पल्स का सेम लेगा 350.
So
एग्जैक्टली
pending for the oranges is 100.
100 है, राइट.
It is taking the combination like this: apples and delivered,
डिलीवर्ड,
oranges and pending.
या.
Right.
So how will
this,
it work?
Yeah, so you need to take care of this thing. So if you want this to be done, then what you can do is remove the pending from here and again copy plus paste, and here you can have pending.
पेंडिंग और कैंसिल्ड,
Yeah.
कॉमास, डबल कोट्स.
Here you can have the pending. Now it will give you, then
Now
you can take the sum of it on top of it. Clear?
So that was the only way, right?
Yeah. So this is what we have with the array functions. So we have seen sum if, average ifs with the or and condition, right? Now let's look at the date also once. Let's say I want to count where the purchase date is greater than, let's say, 7th May, greater than or equals to 7th May 2014, and let's say May till let's say 7th May till 5 June, right? So I will say equals to count ifs. Count if or count ifs. What I want is I want this to be greater than equals to 7th May 2014 and less than equals to 5th June 2014.
परचेज डेट लेनी सिर्फ परचेज डेट का ना?
या परचेज डेट.
हाँ तो सिर्फ काउंट, तब तो सिर्फ इफ यूज होगा क्योंकि हम सिंगल
Count
कॉलम
if
में
or count ifs.
काउंट इफ.
But I cannot give the and condition in count if. How many ranges I'll select?
एक ही range select करोगे दो thread.
एक ही रेंज सेलेक्ट करेंगे लेकिन दो बार सेलेक्ट
दो
करेंगे.
बार कर रहेंगे फिर.
क्राइटेरिया अलग अलग है ना. So which one? Count ifs, not count if. Count
Count ifs.
Yeah, this is my criteria range one. And I want to check what in double quotes greater than equals to
7th May 2014.
that's it. So I'll say 7th May 2014. And what is my criteria range two? Same. Less than equals to 5th June 2014. Done. And close and check. 0.
Sir, वो balance में आपने वो double quotes properly.
बट आंसर गलत आ रहा है.
Yeah. Let's say if I just check for the 7th May, then it is saying me 1. So it is 5/7. If I see the format, it is 5/7/2014. So 7th is the month, the date, 5th is the month. So let me just say this over here as format 5/7 2014. D115 to D123. If I go with count if, then why it is giving me 1?
Shouldn't we start the parenthesis just before the date?
No. It sometimes creates issues, but it will work. One second. This is the let's say this is the range. And
आप ऊपर से सिलेक्ट करिए एक बार परचेज डेट से.
yeah, I have done that earlier. One second, just let me
Okay,
see.
okay.
5/7/14 or 2014. And done. I think it should work like this also. Let me check. So it is 7th May 14. But if I change the range from D116 to D115, then also it's working
Okay.
fine. Earlier I also did the same thing.
Maybe there is a column issue that it happens sometimes.
Yeah. So let's say
सेल में प्रॉब्लम आते हैं ना.
so it is now returning me 8. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. It is returning me. Okay. So there is no date which is less than 7th May, right? So if I say not 7th May, let's say 5th June 2014. So I am saying 5 June 14. 3. There are 3 dates which are greater than equals to 5th June 2014. So now if I say again count ifs, this is my criteria range 1. And I am saying greater than equals to not 7th May, let's say 13th May. Okay. 13th May 14. And let's check what it gives. Yeah, correct. Now I can add further more criteria. So this is my criteria range 2. and I can say this one,
less
double
than.
quotes, less than equals to, let's say 13th May, so 5th June. 14 and done. So this is creating the issue over here, 5th June, 14. Six, 5, 2014. Yeah. So probably that format was creating an issue. So I have just, so that was the formatting. I clicked on it. I checked what is the format. I gave that format and it was working fine. So
हाँ
sometimes
इन
it's an issue.
इज
Yeah.
इट एक बार आप पूरा जून लिख के देखेंगे फॉर्मूला में
यहाँ
इसकी
पे
जगह पे नहीं हाँ मतलब जो फॉर्मूला है जैसे हमने मे लिखा है इसमें हम
हम्म,
JUN यूज कर रहे हैं एक बार JUN पूरा यूज करके देखिए हाँ मे बी फॉर्मूला में वो करे मतलब एब्रिविएशन नहीं ले रहा होगा क्योंकि
Yeah.
मे तो 3 डिजिट का ही है तो हमने उसे ले लिया और जून हमने टेबल में JUN है बट हमने फॉर्मेट तो उसका
Yeah.
JUN इट शुड बी
Or you can give the numeric format also.
या एंड ईदर ऑफ देम
So it is giving you the number of days, or not number of days, number of rows where the date is between 13th May and 5th June 2014. So this is how you can even filter the or get the count of the dates. Clear? So like similarly, you can get the sum total sales between any particular range of dates, between any particular time period using the sumifs function. So this was it regarding the array functions. Any doubt in the array functions part? Anyone? Yeah, Vidhi?
नहीं
Okay. Offline guys, any doubt in the array functions?
हमारा मेंटरशिप मंडे से स्टार्ट है ना
Yes.
फिर पूछूंगी बहुत सारे क्वेश्चंस
So similarly, you have averages also. Basically, wherever you are taking the sum range, here you will just take the range. It will take the average of that particular range. Okay. So this was array functions. Lookup functions we'll see later. Before that, we have to do some exercise. Now we'll be doing the exercises. Now we'll be understanding why the freezing concept is important and how to use the functions. Let me just open up that file. Okay. Over here, I want to do what? I want to calculate convert this dollar into INR. Basically this is the conversion rate. How can I go about it? Formulas.
So for tab में formulas को click करके currency tab
I have the conversion rate.
multiply.
हाँ तो tell me equals to what? Company 3 का करना है ना? So this into 71. Should I select this cell? Freeze. Freeze क्या करना है? Row की column? Row. Cell freeze करना है ना? Because I don't want J9 to become J10 for this cell. It has to be J9 only. So F4 or function F4, it will freeze the entire cell. Done. Now, see, if you have millions of records, or let's say 5 lakh, 6 lakh, 7 lakh records, or even 60,000 records, you're not going to drag it, right? So what you can do is, and that is also, I won't suggest, because if there's any blank in between, Control D will work till what value? You don't have any value to stop over here. So what you will do is, you will say Control C, first step. This will copy the formula. Go to the corresponding column. Then, how can you jump to the last cell of that column? Not
Control down arrow.
Control down arrow.
down arrow
Now I will go back to my same column.
control shift
Now I will select, I have a value over here to select. So I will say Control Shift up. I will select the entire column. Now I will say Control P, the formula that I copied, and done. Instead of dragging for 60,000 or 1 lakh records or 3 lakh records, you can simply say Control C, go to the last cell, jump back to the same column, Control Shift up, Control V. It will copy that formula and will give you the answer. Here I need total. Which function? Sum. I need to take this. Do I need to freeze it? Range. I can freeze it, but there is no need over here because I'm
not required
I'm not dragging it, right? Yeah. But if I had to freeze something over here, what will I freeze? Column. If I had to freeze something over here, what will I freeze? Why rows?
टॉप टू बॉटम जा रहे हैं तो वो वैल्यू चेंज लेफ्ट टू राइट चेंज
Just see
क्योंकि
what
हम
I'm doing.
नीचे अगर डाउनवर्ड्स जा रहे हैं तो हम
Downward
रेफरेंस
क्या
तो
जा रहा
इसी
है? मेरा
सेल का
function
ले
तो
रहे
हर बार change हो रहा है ना.
हैं। हाँ फंक्शन
So I
चेंज
will
हो रहा है।
inserting the range again and again in the downward
हाँ
direction. When I'm moving
Exactly.
horizontally,
तो भी चेंज हो रहा है ना।
function कहाँ change हो रहा है?
फंक्शन चेंज नहीं हो रहा लेकिन कंपनीज तो चेंज हो रही है ना।
Companies change हो रही है, but
और कंपनी क्या वो भी चेंज हो रही है
जो
जो भी
रो
उसके
की range है
दिए
वो
हुए
तो
हैं।
अभी भी same है ना, right?
तो
So
फिर फ्रीजिंग की जरूरत क्या है इसमें?
वैसे freezing की जरूरत नहीं है, but if I had to freeze something, what will I freeze? Row or column?
हम्म।
अगर मैं यहाँ पे column freeze कर देता हूँ, तो it will give me the total in each company, especially in each cell of company 1. But मेरे को complete यहाँ पे तो company 2 का total चाहिए, यहाँ पे company 3 का total चाहिए.
Exactly.
So when I will drag horizontally, what changes when I drag horizontally? Column changes from C, D, E. So I want my column to change, but I don't want my rows to change. वो वैसे भी change नहीं होगा इस scenario में. So if I have to freeze something, what will I freeze? Rows.
Rows.
So this is how you are going to think what I need to freeze. Okay. Okay. So this is sum I got. Then I'll get what? Count of this. Then I'll get average equals to average of this. Then I'll get max value of this range. Then I'll get, because I'm giving a new function every time vertically, so I won't drag it, min, then count A, then count blank,
0.
this is my range, then small function, that's it, second smallest value, this is the array, I want to see the second smallest value. Then large function, second largest value, this is my array, I want to see the second largest value. Done. Right? Now what will I do? I have selected this. I will say Control C. And I will select the rows. And I will say Control V. Done. So how easy it has been with the shortcuts, right? So just अगर यहाँ पे, let's say यहाँ पे you don't have to freeze, but if you would have understood the concept of freezing, and if even if you had let's say conditions, criteria on horizontally, then also you would have done the same thing if you knew the concept of freezing very correctly. Guys, clear with this part? Any doubt in this section?
No.
I haven't done any freezing over here because it was not required. So you can see over here we have count, average, everything is the same. Just the range is from D10 to D17. It's correct.
Right.
The column has to change. It has to be E10 to E17 for the company 3. Okay. Then I have functions and formats. So it is saying get the expense code and expense category in the separate columns. This is my text. I want to get code and category in separate columns. How can I get the code? Find what?
Left.
Find returns what? Yeah, correct. I will use left function. Find returns the position, but left, right, and mid function extracts the text. So I want to extract code, so I will say left of this text. Now
Space find good. We'll find the
find
space.
space. In
Yeah.
this case, even if I write the number of characters, it will work.
Yeah, because it's same. The pattern is same.
Pattern number of characters are fixed. But let's do it with find. So I'll say find. What do I need to find?
Space.
In this text.
Yeah.
Minus
1.
1, because it will return me the position of space. Position of space minus 1. Done. Correct? Now I will drag it. What will I do?
Copy.
Control C. Corresponding column which is basically completely filled. This. Jump to the last row. So if I have jumped to the last row, but last row here is what? Merged. So I will jump one cell above. Go to the same column. Control Shift up. Control V. Done. Expense category, that is standard cost of goods sold. Goods sold. ये कैसे आएगा?
Right function.
Right function. Right. This
Mid
is my
function.
text.
It should
No,
be
no.
through mid function.
We can just use the code column. Na?
We can do it using mid function also, but tell me how can I do it using right?
So right of this column, then we can use length of code. Length
Yeah.
of C 25.
What will be the logic? Length.
So code we have already extracted now. So we can use its.
Yeah, we can use it, but I'm not.
Yes.
I'll not use it.
Then +1 because we need to.
So I
remove
can
this
say
space.
length minus space because find will return the position from the left hand side. So this will give me the expense category.
Yeah.
So I will say length of this text minus. I need 11.
Fine.
So I can either select this or I can find space.
Space.
Text is what?
But
Space. Yeah. Yeah, Vidik.
nothing.
Within
But
this
it will
text.
automatically pick the first space from the left, no?
Yeah. So let's say what is the length? F9. Length is
35.
35. What find is giving me? F9, 12. If that's correct, that means that's also including space. So 35 minus 12 will return me what? The right hand side? Done. Now Control C, last cell, done. Control Shift up, Control V. Correct? So your formula should be applicable. You should create a formula for one cell and it should be applicable to all the to the entire column. That's dynamic. Any doubt in the expense category part? Okay.
सर अगर हम लेफ्ट से बोल्ड सेलेक्ट कर लें और उसमें +2 कर दें तब भी तो एक्सपेंस कैटेगरी आ सकती
हाँ मिड फंक्शन
Mid function using mid
देन फिर वहाँ पे
function.
लॉजिक चेंज हो जाएगा
हाँ होगा
देन नहीं आई थिंक वहाँ पे लॉजिक सेम ही रहेगा बिकॉज यहाँ पे कुछ है नहीं तो लेंथ माइनस नंबर ऑफ कैरेक्टर्स में फर्स्ट वाला
तो सेम लेंथ की है ना उसमें डिफरेंस
यहाँ पे फर्स्ट स्पेस का पोजीशन सबट्रैक्ट कर दोगे नंबर ऑफ कैरेक्टर्स में बट वहाँ पे एक स्टेप इंक्रीज हो जाता है कि आपको ना स्टार्टिंग पोजीशन फिक्स करनी पड़ेगी वहाँ which is what find the position of space +1 starting from S starting from C. So we have first employee name Nicholas Craig FI. So FI is the office code. Nicholas is the last name. Craig is the first name. How can I get the office code?
Right, 2. Right.
Right function.
Bracket. 2.
This is the
2
text.
characters.
There are only 2 characters.
Comma
So
2.
I will say
Yeah.
that. Control C. Go back. Control Shift up. Control V. Last name is Nicholas. How can I get the Nicholas? Left.
Left. Finding
Left.
the position of comma.
Next. Comma -1.
Yeah.
Number of characters में. So find comma within this text and I will say -1. Done. Correct? First name. Craig.
Mid function.
Yes, mid function. Tell me the logic. I need to get Craig.
Mid function because we have a office code this side. So
I understood mid function we will use, but what will be the logic for the number of characters? Starting position is K.
so
So
K.
how can I get the starting
So-
position?
+2. Find the
Comma
position of
+2
comma
or
+2.
space +1.
Yeah,
right?
space +1 or
ठीक है.
comma +2.
Now from the starting position, number of characters is 4. How can I get this 4? I do not have any pattern after the Craig. So it's obvious that I have to take length. Right? Now I can subtract comma from the length. So I'm left with what? Space and Fi. So 3 extra characters. So what will I do? Minus
Yeah. 3.
3. This is for understanding. Now, how Excel will perform it? I have defined my starting position K. From the K, I want only 4 characters. So I want this 4 to be dynamic. So I have taken length. Length minus comma. So I got what? 4, 5, 6, 7. I got 7. Right? Length minus comma, I got 7 characters. How many characters I want from K? 4. What will I subtract from 7 that I will get 4? 3. Then this is the second way of understanding it. Because my starting position is fixed. Clear? So I will say mid This is my text. What is my starting number?
Len
Find comma in this text plus 2. Let's say I write 5 over here just to understand whether my starting position is correct or not. So it's correct. Now I want 4 characters and this has to be dynamic. So I will take what? Length of this text. After that I will subtract what? Till comma I will subtract or space. अगर मैं स्पेस तक सब्ट्रैक्ट करता हूं तो मेरे को -2 करना होगा. अगर मैं कॉमा सब्ट्रैक्ट करता हूं तो -3 स्पेस एंड ऑफिस कोड. सो लेट्स से कॉमा लेता हूं मैं यहाँ पे. फाइंड व्हाट कॉमा in this text. So if I check what it will return me, how many characters? F9, 7. I need how many characters? 4.
4.
Starting from K.
-3.
So -3. Done. So I got crack. Now this is dynamic. Control shift up, control V. See, all the names are correct. I defined it for a single cell and it is applicable to the entire column. And I've used just text functions. Whatever, basically here what is important is how you are able to use the functions with the logic. Right? Clear with this? Online guys, clear with the text functions?
Yeah.
Online guys, let me know if you are clear with this.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Now see, this is my date of what? Date of what is it? DOE? Date of expense. Right? So I
Need to
want to
change it.
format this as this, which is what? Full month name, day, and full year. Let me make the selection. First, control shift down. How can I format? Control 1. Custom. What I need to write? 4 times M. Comma. DD. 4 or 3 by same, but what was the format?
MMMM. DDYY.
It is MDY. Okay, there was no comma after that. Okay. So it was this column. Control 1. So it is 4 times M. Then DD, comma.
Y.
Formatted. Now I need to extract month from it. So I can
Equal to month.
Serial number. Done. Control C, go to the last cell. Control shift up, control V. Okay. Let me see what all questions I have. Get the month number. We have got the month number. I need to get the weekday name also. So let's say equals to weekday and serial number. So this is my date of birth. Again, let's say my weekday starts from week starts from Monday. So 2. And I can say control C down, control shift up, control V. Control 1, let's check what formatting it is. So if you want to, let's say, यहाँ पे formatting done, यहाँ पे formatting already की हुई है. On this column, the formatting was already applied. If it would not have been applied, this is how you will get the, because weekday function will give you what? Weekday number from 1 to 7. If you want to get the name, you will have to write D 4 times.
We could have used the day function instead of weekday.
We can no, day and weekday are 2 different things. Day is having values from 1 to 31. Weekday is having values from 1 to 7.
अगर हमने जैसे इसमें सिलेक्ट किया कि हमारा कब से स्टार्ट हो रहा है तो वो हम कंट्री वाइज करेंगे ना, अगर हमें स्पेसिफाई है तो.
कब से स्टार्ट हो रहा है मतलब?
जैसे आपने यहाँ पे वीकडे
अच्छा,
में ये कंडीशन दी है ना
हाँ,
कि हमें
हाँ.
मंडे से स्टार्ट हो रहा है (2). जैसे मैंने (2) नहीं लगाया था, मैंने डायरेक्ट वीकडे करके पुल किया था, तो मेरा
It
ट्यूसडे आ रहा था.
depends on
तो
organization to organization how they are operating.
राइट, मतलब वो हमारे टाइम सिस्टम टाइम के अगर हम कंडीशन नहीं देते तो हमारे सिस्टम टाइम के अकॉर्डिंग डे के अकॉर्डिंग लेगा. राइट, मतलब जो हमारे सिस्टम में डेट फॉर्मेट चल रहा है, जैसे
It will
इंडियन
take
टाइम
accordingly to the
हमारे
function. by default it is Sunday in the function, so it will take accordingly to function.
मेरे में जैसे मैंने इसको लिया था तो मैंने इसमें कॉमा टू मतलब कंडीशन नहीं दी थी, मैंने सिर्फ वीकडे ब्रैकेट और डेट को सिलेक्ट किया था।
हाँ
तो उसने मतलब सिलेक्ट उसने जो पुल किया था वो ट्यूसडे पुल किया था वीकडे नेम में। एक बार आप करके देखो।
So this is what it is giving me Monday, Tuesday.
या
So this is what October 20.
अगर हम कैलेंडर से भी देखेंगे
So if I talk about the Sunday,
इट्स ट्यूसडे October 20 इंडिया में। मतलब अब मेरे सिस्टम के अकॉर्डिंग अगर मैं देखूं तो इस दिन ट्यूसडे ही पड़ रहा था।
so I'm saying by default it is taking Sunday as 1 and Saturday 7. So we can do it in a second. Let me take it 2 only for now. Yeah, let me take today's date. And let me take the weekday. This is my serial number. By default, let's check. It is giving me 6 because Sunday is 1 and
Yeah,
Saturday
Friday.
is 7.
Yeah.
Right? But if I format it, it will return me Friday only. But if I take it as 2, it will return me 5. But if I format it, still it will return me Friday. Because I have defined कि 1 is Monday and Sunday is 7.
एग्जैक्टली आपने डिफाइन किया है, वही मैं आपको पूछ रही हूँ। लेकिन जैसे मैं अगर
they
डिफाइन
will-
नहीं कर रही हूँ
formatting
तो
will be
मेरा
same.
मेरा ट्यूसडे आ रहा है, आपका मंडे आ रहा है, राइट? तो मैं आपसे वही पूछ रही हूँ, जैसे मैंने क्योंकि उसमें फॉर्मेटिंग नहीं की कि हमारा डे वीक कब से स्टार्ट हो रहा है, ठीक है? तो उसने ऑटोमेटिकली जो मेरे सिस्टम में चल रहा है मतलब कैलेंडर उसके अकॉर्डिंग पिक कर लिया, राइट? क्योंकि मेरे सिस्टम के अकॉर्डिंग 20 अक्टूबर को ट्यूसडे ही था और आपने जैसे कंडीशन दी है तो उसमें मंडे आ रहा है। तो ग्रेजुअली तो हमारा दिन तो चेंज ही हो रहा है ना, ट्यूसडे और मंडे हैज अ डिफरेंट नंबर गेम। तो मेरे को समझ आ गया कि कहीं कहीं पे अगर मतलब संडे से वीक शुरू हो रहा है या मंडे से शुरू हो रहा है, उसके हिसाब से नंबर काउंटिंग तो चेंज हो सकती है, पर डे वही पड़ना चाहिए, राइट? आप कह रहे हो।
एक second. So as a control 1, and I am saying over here, let's see.
Still again विधि, it doesn't matter कि कौन सी कंट्री के आप कैलेंडर यूज
Correct.
करें, किसी भी कंट्री में वो डे तो उस दिन का सेम ही होगा ना हर
Tuesday.
जगह।
नहीं
20 अक्टूबर यूएस में भी अगर मंडे था तो यहाँ
हाँ,
भी मंडे होगा। इंडिया में
एग्जैक्टली दैट इज व्हाट आई एम सेइंग कि कैलेंडर के हिसाब से ट्यूसडे आप कैलेंडर चेक करोगे तो 20 अक्टूबर 2020 को ट्यूसडे पड़ रहा है, तो इसमें मंडे आ रहा है। दैट इज व्हाट माय क्वेश्चन इज कि मैंने मतलब कंडीशन नहीं उसमें वो की थी,
Return
मैंने सिर्फ
type if
वीकडे
I'm
नेम पुल
saying.
किया था। आप सिर्फ वहाँ वीकडे लेके ऐसे छोड़ दोगे तो ये ट्यूसडे आएगा, सबका सबका वीकडे चेंज हो जाएगा।
Yes, 20th of October 2020 was
Yes.
Tuesday.
इट्स ट्यूसडे, या इट वाज
Yes.
ट्यूसडे,
So it is Tuesday. I have done it right over here.
या
If I say 1 by default, it is returning me correctly. But now it is returning me on the basis of if I change it. So if I say 2, then it will return me Monday because my week number is changing accordingly.
But again still आशीष, आप वीक
बट
नंबर आप
इट इज
चेंज कर
हाँ,
दिया, बट आप डेट का डे तो चेंज नहीं कर सकते ना।
क्योंकि कहीं भी डेट का दिन आगे पीछे हो सकता है पर डे तो सेम ही पड़ेगा ना। ट्यूसडे यहाँ है तो
टाइमिंग
किसी भी
चेंज हो
कंट्री में
सकते हैं,
हाँ टाइमिंग
टाइम्स
चेंज
चेंज
हो
हो
सकता
सकते
है,
हैं, डे और
आगे
डेट
पीछे।
सेम ही रहेंगे।
एग्जैक्टली
20th अक्टूबर यूएस में भी ट्यूसडे था तो इंडिया में भी ट्यूसडे था।
Yeah, that I got it. But
सो इट शुड बी ट्यूसडे आइडियली, लाइक दिस
it is
नीड्स टू
Tuesday.
बी
It is
लाइक
Tuesday.
दैट,
It is Tuesday.
या
Second. So why is it returning me then this?
Can we try other than 2 any other number?
Yeah, we can try 3 and then check Sunday.
Yeah, so it's not even given that like 3 should ideally not be Sunday anyway. If you're thinking कि 2 पे Monday पड़ता है तो 3 पे Sunday तो नहीं
What is
होगा।
3 is returning me? I think
ये
this
तो
will
फिर
help
सारे
us.
डेज बता देगा अपने गॉड।
I think if we try with this, this will make us understand this. If I say control 1 and if I apply the formatting on it, the DDD, it is returning me Thursday. It is returning me Thursday, and because
आप 2 हटा दो।
by
हाँ,
default, if I take 1, which is it's correct now Friday, right? And because
और आप नहीं 1 नहीं भी लोगे तो भी वो फ्राइडे ही लेगा।
but
आप
that's
नहीं
by
भी लोगे तो
default.
भी वो,
That's by default.
हाँ,
That's by default.
yeah.
But if I take it, let's say 2, so that means कि Sunday was considered as 1. Now Monday is 1 and Sunday is 7. So accordingly, since my day is 5, it is returning me Thursday. according to Sunday, so from Sunday, according to my system, from Sunday perspective, it is returning me Thursday.
But how come Thursday? Like, I didn't get.
Because see, यहाँ पे if we check, one is what? Ideally, my system is taking what? Saturday 7 and Sunday as 1. But I am telling now कि no, it is starting from Monday, right? So and Sunday is considered at 7, but my system is having what? By default, it is taking Sunday as 1. So when I do that, ki start from Monday as 1, ultimately my weekday number is getting changed. So from Sunday onwards, 5 is what? Thursday.
Yes.
So that is, it is returning me the weekday name based on the starting weekday, which is by default in my system.
I think so orientation we are seeing.
Yeah. Clear, Vidhi?
नहीं, एक चीज आप एक और बार बताओ, आपने क्या बोला? संडे यू हैव टेकन इट एज 1 या 7?
Yeah.
1 है 7 है संडे
1
को क्या?
है. Sunday is 1, Saturday is 7.
लाइक संडे से स्टार्ट हो रहा है, सैटरडे पे खत्म हो रहा है वीक,
Correct.
ठीक है। अब आपने बोला कि आपने 1 लिया तो फ्राइडे वो ले रहा है क्योंकि आज की डेट के हिसाब से। क्यों, मतलब 1 में क्यों ले रहा है? क्योंकि
फिर वो
आप
संडे नहीं आना चाहिए?
Because in my system's calendar or system's setting, Sunday is 1 and Saturday is 7. My week is starting from Sunday. If I change that and if my week is starting from Monday, then it will return me correct weekday.
वो तो ठीक है, बट 1 आइडियली 1 से हमारा फ्राइडे कैसे आ रहा है? मुझे वो समझ नहीं आ रहा।
1 से Friday
One-
इसलिए आ रहा है. This is today's date. ठीक है?
या
Today is what?
बट फिर 1 से संडे नहीं आना चाहिए? जैसे अगर 5 से थर्सडे आ रहा है
Sunday. 1 का मतलब, say you are getting confused. When I say 1, right? That means कि 1 is given to Sunday. 1 is given to Sunday. That means my week will, if I am saying कि my week is starting from Sunday, so Sunday will be given 1, Monday will be given 2, Tuesday will be given 3. Like that.
हाँ
तो हम
जी।
2 ले रहे हैं तो थर्सडे क्यों आ रहा है? मेरे को नहीं समझ आ रहा है ये चीज।
अच्छा
नहीं,
ठीक
मेरा
है.
क्वेश्चन ये थी, देखिए अगर हम फ्राइडे पे जा रहे हैं तो हमने रिटर्न टाइप 1 दिया है, तो 1 इज गिवन टू संडे, तो फ्राइडे क्यों आ रहा है इसमें? संडे क्यों नहीं आया?
संडे क्यों नहीं आ रहा है? ओके, यहाँ पे बताते हैं, एक सेकेंड. सो लेट्स से आई हैव टुडेज डेट. व्हाट इज टुडेज डेट? 5 17 20 24. Okay. Now if I extract, so now just understand, I have Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, by default in my system Sunday is what? 1 2 3 4 5 6 7, right? So let's say this is today's date. So as per my system, what it should return me in the weekday?
फ्राइडे।
It should return me number 6, correct? So I'm getting 6. Now this was with this, if it is getting 6, so if I write 1 over here, it is still getting me 6. That means what? In the system that my week is starting from Sunday and ending at Saturday. Sunday is 1, Saturday is 7. Now I am taking weekday again. I'm taking the serial number, this one, and I'm saying now my week is starting from Monday. So 2. So Monday is given 1, Sunday is given 7. It is returning me what? 5. So I am saying ki Monday is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and Sunday is 7. Okay. It is returning me 5 and it is returning me 6. So it's correct in that scenario.
यस,
Correct.
बट when we are changing it to the weekday name, it is getting
Mhm.
changed. It is getting as Friday, 6 is getting as Friday, but 5 is getting as Thursday. So why that change?
So
It should be
that is
Friday.
so that is happening because, see, okay, let me take a date. ठीक है, ये date है. I'm extracting month from it. I will extract month from it. Okay, month. What is the month?
5.
5. Now I will format, do custom formatting on this month. What do you think I'll get?
May.
What do you think I'll get?
May.
May, but I won't get May. I will get Jan. Because formatting is applicable on the date. You are applying date formatting. They should be applied on the date and not on the numbers. That is the problem with the formatting over here. So if you just want to extract day, so you should not get the weekday. If you just want a number, then that can be done. What you can do in that case is simply paste the date
Okay.
and apply the formatting on it. So
So
here
it's
you can
considering
say
5th of January or 6th of January. That's the
Yeah.
reason it's giving us the incorrect day name.
Not 6th of January. Yeah, it is.
Yes, it is
Correct,
taking 6th of
correct.
January or 5th of January,
But it is not.
which
what
is
we can say,
incorrect.
it is not recommended that you apply
Yes.
formatting, date formatting or time formatting on the numbers. It should be on
अगर
date
हम
and time only.
मंथ एक्सट्रैक्ट कर रहे हैं तो मंथ तो ये 5 को आप एक
So
बार
5
करके
को
देखो।
भी वो ना विधि वो
This is
5th
a
of
number.
January समझ रहा है, जस्ट एक नंबर है 5, और 5 को अगर डेट फॉर्मेट में लेंगे तो वो फर्स्ट मंथ के उस डे को ले रहा है।
तो आप
5th
करो तो
January
सही है
by
एक बार
default.
चेंज,
क्या चेंज करें?
ये इसको मंथ में चेंज, इसको एमएमएमएम में चेंज करिए फॉर्मेटिंग।
जनवरी बता रहा है ना।
क्लियर? अगर आपके फॉर्मेटिंग अप्लाई करनी है तो सिर्फ डेट पे अप्लाई होगी. It won't be applicable on the numbers. So this is returning you correct result, but when you are applying the formatting on it, that's where it is getting wrong. अगर आपको फॉर्मेटिंग अप्लाई करनी है तो आप किस पे अप्लाई करोगे? डेट पे, ना कि एक्सट्रैक्टेड नंबर्स पे. I hope it makes sense now.
Yes, clear to me.
तो अल्टीमेटली जो हम केस कर रहे हैं अभी, जो मैं प्रैक्टिस कर रहे हैं, तो
हम्म.
उसमें तो हमारा लेकिन आउटपुट तो गलत ही आ रहा है ना।
हाँ. So what we will do is,
जैसे मैंने किया फिर वैसे ही कर सकते हैं ना।
what we will do is, in that case, where is it? This one. तो यहाँ पे हम वीकडे 1 से करेंगे तो सही आएगा. This is one way. Or
या
what you
फिर
can
बिना
do, yeah. Or what you can do is,
मतलब हमें
ideally I won't
कंडीशन
recommend this
देने की
also.
जरूरत ही नहीं है।
I won't recommend this also. Simply copy the date, paste it, and apply the formatting. Clear?
You suggest that we don't use the function here in
Yeah.
such
If
conditions.
you just want the number of the weekday, from 1 to 7, then you can have it. So simply just copy, paste, Control 1, custom, and it will give the correct result. Clear? Vidhi, clear now? Now, what was your query? What is the problem? Problem is when you apply formatting on the numbers, like extracted numbers, whether you have extracted weekday or month, it won't be correct. Because that is not correct, because those formattings are only applicable on the dates. So if you want to let's say if you want to see this as Tuesday or Wednesday, that formatting should not be applied on this number. It should be applied on the date, because it will be incorrect in such case. Like for example, if in case of month, this is month which I've extracted, because ideally this is a number. Output is what? A number, not a date data type. It's an integer. So it is, when I say DDD, it is just considering the first month, MMM. So if I say MMM, just first month, January. Ideally it is May. So that is the problem over here. Okay, guys, clear with this? Online guys?
Yes.
It's clear to me. Okay. So we were at this module. And now format the amount column to display the sales as follows. Value greater than 1000, we need to display till 2 decimal places. Less than 1000, we have to display without decimals. Amount column, make the selection, formatting. What will be the formula? Number greater than 1000 till 2 decimal places, less than 1000 without the decimal. Now tell me. Square brackets, greater than equals to 1000. 0.00, number till 2 decimal places. I need to show that into 1000 also. So comma, and I will say what? K. Else what? 0. That's it. Done. So number which are less than 1000 are without decimals, and number greater than 1000 have been converted into 1000 unit and are being displayed till 2 decimal places.
Sorry, I got disconnected.
Nothing, just I've done the formatting. Less than 1000,
Okay.
greater than 1000.
और ये वीकडे वाले में जैसे मतलब मैं वही पूछ रही थी कि जैसे हमने किया वैसे भी कर सकते हैं ना अगर आउटपुट सही आ रहा है तो।
हाँ, मतलब उसके लिए कर सकते हैं, but not recommended. Ideally you should copy the date and do the formatting on it. Like I've done it over here. If you want to show the full weekday name, otherwise you can simply use the weekday function. Okay. Now let's discuss about the types of ranks. So let's say I have values which have, let's say, 10, 20, 20, 30, 40. So these are the values which I'm having. And so types of ranks that we have is, we have unique ranking, we have dense rank, we have competition rank, and then we have average rank. Okay. What happens in unique ranking is, it doesn't matter even if they're duplicates, the value which will be available first will be given the higher rank. Right? Let's say I'm doing this in ascending order. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. Now in dense ranking, what will happen? The same ranking will be given to the duplicates, but the next consecutive rank won't be skipped. So it will be 1, 2, 2. What will be next? 3, 4. Same ranking is given to the duplicates, but next consecutive rank is not skipped. Then we have competition rank. Same ranking is given to the duplicates, but the next consecutive rank is skipped. So 1, 2, 2.
4.
So ideally it should be 1, 2, 3. So next ranking should be what? 4,
4.
5. If the 20 is repeated thrice, what will be the next rank?
5.
5. 1,
Yeah.
2, 2, 2, and then 5, because 3 and 4 will be skipped. In case of average, it will take the average first, then let's say 20, 20. So average of 2 plus 3. Second rank plus third rank. Let me do one thing. Let me have 20 one more time. And then let me have, let's here, 30. So it will be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It will be what? 1, 2, 2, 2, and then what?
3.
3? Yes.
Yeah.
It will be what?
4. 5, sorry. 5.
5. Here, what it will do is, now in the average, it will take the rank of the duplicates. So here, the duplicates are getting what rank? Second, third, fourth, right? So 2 plus 3 plus 4. How many values? 3 divided by 3. So third rank will be given to all of these. Third, 3, 3. And the next rank will be 2.
4.
What will be the next rank? 5. Ideally, second and fourth are skipped, right? So next rank will be what? Second and fourth what? So second and third, 2, 3, 4 ideally will be the ranking of these. So these are same values. So average ranking we are given. So divide 2 plus 3 plus 4, sum of rank divided by number of ranks.
The competition rank is also
Competition rank is basically giving same ranking to the duplicates, and the consecutive rank is skipped. So dense ranking may be seen there, but consecutive rank is not skipped. So here I've given second. That means third and fourth will be skipped. Clear?
ये एवरेज वाला एक बारी फिर से समझा दीजिए.
So these are the values which I have. What should be the ideal ranking of these? Second, third, and fourth.
Right.
So I'm taking the average of these because these are the duplicates. So 2 plus 3 plus 4 divided by how many duplicate values are there?
3.
3 divided by 3. Done. This is only for 20 I'm talking about.
Okay, got it.
Average ranking will be 3. And then next ranking will, so the second and fourth is not there. So 2 ranks need to be skipped.
Yeah.
Right? So it will jump to 5th.
Got it.
In Excel, we have only these two available for now, which is competition rank, which is rank dot equal, and rank dot average. Okay. Now, which type of ranking you will be using, it depends on the scenario to scenario. Right? For example, let's say, in which scenarios I'll be using the unique ranking, or in which scenarios I'll be using the dense ranking.
यूनिक रैंकिंग फॉर एग्जांपल जैसे क्लास रिजल्ट्स होते हैं, तो भले ही दो बच्चे अगर एक जैसे मार्क्स हैं तो उनकी रैंक सेम होगी और नेक्स्ट रैंक तो मिलेगी, मतलब जो भी
In
नेक्स्ट
that case,
होगी।
either we can go with dense or competition.
क्लास रैंक्स में, अच्छा हाँ हाँ, डेंस होगा राइट।
That will be dense, right?
या
Class
या
rankings.
गॉट इट।
In which scenario I'll be using unique? Top 5 को लेना है तो top 5 में तो I can use any of these. But वो scenario specific है ना, जैसे class rankings में I'll be using dense. Unique कब use करूंगा मैं? Let's say आपने CAT दिया या फिर JEE कोई भी
हाँ, मैं
competitive
भी वही
exam
बोलने
दिया,
वाली थी, कंपटीशन
वहाँ पे
एग्जाम।
कौन सी ranking use होती है?
यूनिक,
Unique. Doesn't matter even if you've got the same number.
they will find another criteria
एक
to
case था ना,
rank
we had
them.
a case of the NEET where a girl and a boy got 720 out of 720, but the boy was given the first rank and the girl was given the second rank. Reason, well, they had certain criteria to filter, but still it was
Yeah.
unique ranking because the boy's age was 21 and the girl's age was 20, so probably boy was not able to give any further attempt, so he was given the priority based on that. But ultimately, the point is, they are in colleges or any competitive exams, there are limited number of seats, right? If
Yeah.
you go with dense competition or average, it may happen they will highly exceed the number of seats and you won't be able to get the admissions. So unique rankings are preferred in case of competitive exams. Okay. Dense का एक example हो गया,
School
let's say
वाला
class ranking. What could be the business example for this dense ranking?
परफॉर्मेंस,
Performance, yes, performance, employee
जो
performance,
परफॉर्मेंस हो सकता है कि
correct,
मतलब दो बंदों के स्कोर सेम है या मतलब
correct.
C7 वगैरह जो भी पैरामीटर्स हैं अगर वो मेट हो रहे हैं, सो बोथ
Mhm.
विल बी गिवन द सेम position and then they'll next one will be the third one
Okay.
or whatsoever it is the
So
next
this
number.
can be one. Other can be, for example, I want you to find out top 5 customers from each city. I'm saying from each city. If you go in case of unique ranking, you may lose out on the top 5 customers. When I say top 5 customers, does not necessarily mean that there will be only 5 customers.
Yeah.
There can be 10 customers also which lie in the top 5 customers. So in that case, I won't go with competition because I'll be losing out on the top 5 then. Right? I'll go with which one? Dense. What could be the use of competition or average? I mean, these are same, just higher ranking or lower ranking if you want to give based on that. But in which scenario I can use competition?
Like wherein there are again suppose
So I have seen competition to be used in class rankings as well.
yeah,
So if there are students who are like there are two students who got the same marks and they are
where
1, 2, 2,
where
so
the
third ranking is not written on the
yeah,
boards.
competitions are mostly there where when there there are some kind of rewards as well, जहाँ पे
Correct.
कुछ रिवॉर्डिंग करनी होती है मोस्टली, तो वहां पे ऐसा होता है कि हमें 5 लोगों को ही करनी है, अब भले ही 3 लोग सेम रैंक पे हैं या 4 हैं, देयर
Got
आर
it.
फिक्स नंबर ऑफ काउंटिंग्स, तो उसमें उस केस में कंपटीशन वी कैन यूज
That can be
where
the
the
example.
rewards.
Yeah, there are fixed
Yeah.
number of resources or limitations or rewards. For that,
Yeah.
you go with competition or average, any of these, right?
Yeah.
When you have in mind that you want to only give fixed number of people the rankings, the rewards. So in that case, you can go with competition. Okay. So this was all about the ranks. In Excel, we have rank dot equal and rank dot average. Let's see how we can do the ranking. So we have this amount. Either I can do the ascending order ranking or descending order ranking. Descending order ranking means the highest value we will get the first rank, and the lowest value will get the higher rank. And in case of ascending, the lowest value will get the first rank, and the highest value will get the higher rank. So let's do it descending order. So I will say rank. I have two types of ranking in Excel: rank dot average and rank dot equal. So let's say let me go. This is what competition rank. Now it is asking number. For which number you want to do the rank? Amount.
Harry.
For this cell, I want to do the ranking. What is the reference? What is the reference? See,
Harry.
correct. If I need to give someone ranking, I need to know where that particular person lies among all the people present over there. So I need to give
Select
the
the arrow.
range. Do I need to do anything else over here?
Yeah, descending.
Set the order. No, before that, before setting the order, do I need to do something?
Freeze,
I need to freeze
because
the
we have to drag down.
because
Yeah.
when I will drag this, my L25 will become L26 to L225,
Yeah.
L27 to L226. Will it be correct in case of ranking?
Yeah. So we
Then
will
क्या होगा? Let's say
freeze.
comma and descending order 0. Then when I do that 120, right, and if I drag it, Now what is the range over here? L25 to L224. When I go to 15, what is the range?
26.
L26 to L225, what is the range now? L27 to L226, is my range constantly changing? So will there be any point of assigning the ranks? No. So what I need to do? I need to freeze the range. This is my range. I've selected it. I will press F4. Done. This has freezed this one. I need to remove the freezing from here. Done. Right. Now, let it be this. Now it is correct. See, now my range is same everywhere. Only my cell value is changing. So Control C, jump to the last cell, Control Shift up, Control V. Done. And the ranks have been assigned. Clear? Okay. Can we use dense rank for competition rank?
इसे हमने डिसेंडिंग में नहीं किया.
Descending में किया ना 0.
अच्छा.
0 is for descending.
Got
1 is
it.
for
हाँ, got it.
Okay, we have a question. We can use dense rank for competition rank in the case of JEE? I think unique ranking is followed in any competition based exam, not dense ranking, because ideally the number of seats are limited. Okay. Now, what is the fiscal year? What is the fiscal year, guys? Financial year. When does fiscal year start in India? April. And US? Jan. Okay. So let's say I have Jan, Feb, March, April, May, June, July, August, September, October, November, December. So fiscal year, let's say FY India QTR quarter. Okay. So now tell me, what is the fiscal year quarter for the of Jan, Feb, March in India? Fourth. Quarter 4. April, May, June. 1. July, August, September. 2. 3. If I talk about US, then 1, 2, 3, 4. Now let's say you are given US fiscal year quarter, right? And from this, I want to get the Indian fiscal year quarter. I want to convert US fiscal year quarter into the Indian fiscal year quarter. How can I do that? Only this is the information I'm having. Let's say this column and this column. How can I get this column? What logic I can apply over here? Can you find out any pattern? Any pattern in this data that I can use? शिफ्ट कर देंगे, कैसे करेंगे?
हमें क्वार्टर किसका लेना है?
यूएस का यूज करके इंडिया का फिस्कल ईयर क्वार्टर आउटपुट में आना चाहिए.
तो फर्स्ट वाले की कंडीशन देके बाकी -1 आ रहे समय 2 -1 3 मतलब 3
pattern.
-1 2 4 -1 3.
आई कैन से जहां पे 1 है उसको 4 से रिप्लेस कर दो. एल्स डू व्हाट?
-1
1 फ्रॉम द यूएस फिस्कल ईयर क्वार्टर.
यस.
इन तीनों से मैं अगर 1 सब्ट्रैक्ट करूंगा तो क्या आ रहा है आउटपुट में? इंडियन फिस्कल ईयर क्वार्टर्स आ रहे हैं. So how can I achieve this now? Logical function. I can say equals to if, what will be my logical test? If this value is equals to 1. If this condition is true, what I need to do? Output में जाना चाहिए 4. Otherwise what? This value
else
-1.
-1.
This will give me the Indian fiscal year quarter. And simply drag it. Got it. Done. Let's say now, if I don't have the now tell me, how can I assign the, let's say, Indian quarters? I need to assign which month falls in which quarter. What logic I can apply over here?
combination of if and or.
Sorry.
Combination of if function and or function.
Yes, I can use if function or I can use ifs. Anyone I can go with. Right. So let's say let me use if I say if, then what will be the logical test? Remember, either increasing order of cutoff or decreasing order of cutoff. Okay. Now let's say, how can I go about it?
If B26
If this value is greater than equals to what? So I'm going into the decreasing order of cutoff. Greater than equals to, so greater than equals to 10. तो इंडिया के हिसाब से कौन सा क्वार्टर है वो? फोर्थ, sorry, not fourth, third. It's October, November, December. 3. ठीक है. Let's say if this condition fails, what I want to do, check if that value is greater than equals to 7. Then which quarter? Second. Let's say if this also fails, check whether that value is greater than equals to what? 4. Then what? Which quarter? 1. Otherwise, 4th, and close it. So it's correct now. 4th, 5th, 6th falls under first quarter, 7, 8, 9, second, third, and this one is 4th. Similarly, if you want US, so you can either apply the same logic, similar logic, or you can use the nesting of if functions and the logic accordingly. You can decide the cutoffs accordingly.
एक बार इस पे क्लिक कीजिए फॉर्मूला पे. इक्वल्स टू, अच्छा ठीक है, ये वाला मैंने किया था. ठीक है.
Now what you need to do is you need to try, so this is a homework, try doing this using ifs first of all. Okay, this is first thing. Then in this sheet 1.1 module, what you need to do is try attempting the leftover questions. I think we are left with 8, 9, 10, 11. Attempt these along with, I won't be taking this in the class, it's very simple, sorting and filtering. Along with this, complete this assignment 1. Okay, I'll be taking this in the class, but you need to complete this by Monday. Clear, everyone? So this is your homework.
This will you
Okay.
LMS.
Yeah, I'll upload this today.